Hey yo, what's going on everyone? My name is Grizzly and I want to welcome you guys to League Ego's India Invitational version 2.0. I'm super pumped to be bringing this action to you guys live, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that we need to talk about, so we'll get to everything one by one. So first up, let me tell you guys about this tournament itself. This is an 8-team knockout, and the teams are fighting for the big prize pool of 50,000 rupees. 50 big ones, guys. And all the rounds are going to be played out as best of threes, except for the finals, which is going to be a best of 5, and that is scheduled for the coming Saturday. So make sure you guys are subscribed to our channel and you click on that bell icon so you get notified of when we go live. At this point, you guys are probably wondering, what is League Ego? Am I right? So League Ego is a new esports organization, and we aim to create a platform for young talent in India to get a chance to fight against the best and compete against the best of the business, and even have a go at some of these big prize pools. And we really are focused towards building up the ecosystem in India, the esports ecosystem, which is growing so well, and we're super encouraged to see that. And we just want to do whatever we can from our side to help build that and make it awesome for everyone in India. Speaking of young talent, we also have a US tournament coming up next week. That's right, we organize tournaments both in the US and in India. And that one's going to be a $500 prize pool winner-take-all event. It's going to be hosted by my man, Just Alex. So I'm super pumped about that as well. Make sure you guys are going to tune in for that. I also want to take this time to thank our music partners, Paloma and Adil. They're two brilliant musicians coming out of India. They make experimental electronic mood music with pop jazz vocal melodies. Wow, sounds good. And if you guys are enjoying the music that you're listening on the stream so far, make sure to jump into the description and show them your love and support. Their Spotify links are down below. Next up, and this is a big one, we are running a massive battle pass giveaway. There are 8 battle passes up for grabs, guys. 8. And it's pretty simple. You need to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, join our Discord server, and comment on that particular post tagging 5 of your friends, and just like that you're eligible to win a battle pass. We're going to be announcing the winners on Friday and Saturday, so make sure you guys are tuned into the stream as well. That brings my announcements to an end, and now it's time to talk about the main event. Today is match number 3 of our tournament, and we're going to have Team Lethal eSports squaring off against the TempesT on our site. It is a mouth-watering prospect. And looks like we are all set to go, more or less. So I will see you guys on the other side in Agent Select very, very soon.
Alright folks, it is time for Agent Select, and let's take a look at what we have on our screens. So we are on Ascent for map number 1, folks. Lethal eSports is going to be the team that's going in on the defender's side. Frank is going to be on the Sova, it does appear. We got Blackburn on the Reyna, a Satworld, a race pick as well on Ascent. Doodoo is going to be playing on the Cypher, and we got Fishy Bubbly, who's going to be the designated controller for Team Lethal eSports, going to be on the Astra for Ascent. On the side of the TempesT, we've got Chobs who's going to be on the Viper. AEZ briefly considering Astra, but I think that might change soon. Dark Slayer is going to be on the Jet. We got Darix on the Reyna, and Kubrick's on the Sova. So it looks like we are more or less set, folks. The match is all set to get going. I'm gonna get that in-game audio up for y'all.
Heading to the above.
Alright folks, we are all set to get going, and let's take a look at how Team TempesT are going to line up on this first round at the Pistols. Looks like it is going to be a lot of presence outside of B main, and take a look at this. The Reyna here has made such an advanced move in towards market already, breaking that market door. They've got a couple of players on Lethal eSports watching this B-side. In fact, 3, and Sat World kicks things off with a crisp headshot, a follow-up headshot on Blackburn as well, and this was a shutdown, folks. Make no mistakes, AEZ is going to pick up a couple of kills, but nothing more. A 4K coming in from Sat World. And the first round in the bag for Team Lethal eSports, that ended pretty quickly, doing a good job of holding down that site. We didn't get a chance to see how they were set up, but maybe we'll do that this time around. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond to that first win. Possibly going in for full buys. No, I can still see 3 pistols. We can make that 2. So we got 3 Spectres, a couple of pistols on the side of Team Lethal eSports, and the TempesT is going to be coming in with a full eco round. The first pick coming in here is Jobs, was just lurking outside of the A site. Team TempesT here, probably just waiting and seeing if they can capitalize on any mistakes coming in from Lethal eSports. At this point, they can't really do much with just classics in their hands. Frank is on the Sova, folks, and we have seen him do this in the last tournament as well. That was unfortunate. Fishy Bubbly will pick up that kill with that Spectre. Frank will get a follow-up kill as well. He is a little bit low on HP. This has happened at B main, but for now, Team TempesT are down to their last 2 players, and AEZ in a very compromising position. And meanwhile, it looks like the last player from Team TempesT, who is
30 seconds left.
Outside of A main, here you go, is Kubrick's.
Last player standing.
Just making sure that Wine is clear. Maybe he's just going to go in for this plant, but Blackburn is going to be there to deny it, and that's going to be round number 2 in the bag for Team Lethal eSports. Expected, you have to think, coming in with those full buys, but here's where the action is really going to get going, guys. But the first gun round is on the board now for both teams. I won't be surprised if we do see some variation of a bonus coming in from Team Lethal eSports. There you go, 3 Spectres, a couple of rifles. They're going to go in for a full buy on the side of Team TempesT. I can see the Reyna is on a half shield, but that shouldn't be too much of a concern. They are heavily concentrated right now outside of A. Reyna here on mid, trying to show some presence, and I think the play here is to try to find a way to walk through that A short region onto Catwalk. Team Lethal eSports seem to be well prepared for it. They have 3 players on A side, including Fishy Bubbly here on the Astra. He is watching A short, so there should be some contact here very soon.
Out of the charges.
Got Dudu on the Cypher as well on site, as well as Reyna. Looks like the TempesT is going to make a commitment here. A first pick going down and doing really well here. Blackburn with that Spectre, a couple of kills. He does get traded eventually, and Derix is going to go in and pick up Dudu as well. And all of a sudden, Satworld is the last player alive on Lethal eSports.
Spike planted.
Gets a nifty little kill through that wall bang, but he is down to 25 HP, and that's asking a lot here. A couple of players. He is going to get flanked as well. Take a look at this. Take a look at this.
Last player standing.
And Satworld has actually picked up a kill onto Chops. He has no idea that Kubri is here on Heaven, and he's going to get picked off. And Team TempesT will post their first round of the match. The scoreline, folks, now moves to 2-1.
Right here. Scanning ahead.
Coming into round number 4, and Again, a lot of presence being shown outside of B main and in mid. I can see the Dark Slayer went in for an early peek, was forced to dash back. No further commitments on B side. They are quite happy to just hold those angles and wait for a push. But Team Lethal Esports are going to play this one slow as well. And now the Reina has made the move in. Dudu is on side. He seems to be aware that there is a player here still. And Dudu gets the pick as well as Sackworld. And both the players who committed to A side have been picked off. The showstopper did not connect there, unfortunately. Dudu's cage goes down. He's still sporting the Spectre. Gets the kill onto AEC. Gets a follow-up kill as well. Dudu here will get the fourth kill. 4K coming in from Dudu. And that is round number 3. Team Lethal Esports playing that one really well. TempesT was looking strong. And maybe I was hoping to see some momentum going in that direction early on in this game, but it wasn't to be. Take a look at this from Dudu. Gets the first pick. Gets the second pick onto A main. And take a look at this. Boom. Those are some good reflexes, and I think Dudu is really starting to feel himself here. Just take a quick look at the scoreboards.
Right here.
As a result of that round, Team TempesT is going to come in with another half or a save. In fact, I can only see a couple of sheriffs and a frenzy on them. And on the side of Lethal Esports, they do have a full buy. Very similar starting approach once again. A lot of presence in mid link and B main. I think there's one player of Team TempesT who is on top mid. There you go. It is, I think it's Jobs if I'm not mistaken. There you go. He does have a frenzy in his hands. Any picks here would be an absolute bonus. Elsewhere, Blackburn has picked up a kill here. This has happened at mid. And Dark Slayer looks like he's down to at least 10 HP. Satworld here making the move out of B main, and this is some aggression being shown here by Lethal Esports. Gets a follow-up kill as well, and they can afford to do this.
Scanning ahead.
Team TempesT now down to their last 2 players.
Last player standing.
We're going to try to come in and take some control of the spike, but it's not going to happen. Team Lethal Esports will wrap up round number 5. The scoreline now, folks, moving to 4-1.
Should I play some stars in this reality? I'm going above. Obscuring vision. Continue pulling them in.
Alright, into round number 5, and take a look at this. A very, very heavy A-sided push coming in from the TempesT to get the important kill onto Dudu. And with that, they have a lot of control over side. The spike plant is going to go down. And Dark Slayer was in a very advanced position onto A Heaven. Gets eventually traded out, but he will take down Satworld before he goes. Fishy Bubbly now trying to make the move in towards A main short side. Blackburn needed that pick. He is on his Empress here. Only got 9 bullets left in his mag though. He's going to get spotted out, and this might just be curtains for him. Chops is going to go down and pick him up as well. And TempesT have played this one to perfection with that Hunter's Fury picking up that final kill. And that's going to be a second round on the board, a much needed one. And this time around, TempesT making a statement. That push happened really, really quickly, folks. And this Hunter's Fury was big. It forced Reina out of that position. Chops was there to get that pick, and he manages to get that last pick as well. And Team TempesT will be quite happy with that, putting round number 2 on the board for themselves. We are looking at a timeout, folks, right now. So I think this may just give us some time to take a quick look at the scoreboard. So straight off the bat, it looks like Satworld on Team Lethal Esports has gotten off to a good start, finding some form here. He's on 10-3. In terms of buys, TempesT will surely come in with a full buy round. And on the side of Team Lethal Esports, they should be okay as well. So I don't think this last round has had that much of an impact on the economies of the teams. But given, folks, that this is Ascent, and the defender-sided team will be looking to get as many rounds as they can in this first half, And Team Tempest surely will have a figure in their mind on how many rounds they want to take with them into that second half.
Here. Here.
We are done with our timeout, folks, and it looks like there is going to be a technical pause because of a player disconnect, and that is quite unfortunate. But it does give us a chance to talk about a couple of things, guys. I do want to talk about our Battle Pass giveaway. If you guys haven't yet registered, and if you guys are unaware, we are actually giving away 8 Battle Passes this time around. And how it works is that there's a post about it on our Instagram page with all the details. But basically, you guys need to follow our socials, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, join our Discord server, and comment on that post tagging 5 of your friends, and you will be eligible to win that Battle Pass. We're going to be announcing the winners on Friday and Saturday. It's going to be done right here on the stream, and we're also going to be putting up an Instagram post about it, so make sure you guys are registering before the Battle Pass ends, the giveaway ends.
There.
A lot is being spoken also, folks, about the new changes in the game, the latest patch that dropped a couple of days ago, at least here in India. And
Need a
some
drop.
interesting changes overall, even on the weapon prices. I find that the operator is now a little bit more affordable at 4,700 credits as opposed to 5,000 earlier. And I think that makes a big difference, at least to the Jet players. And I know the Jet players are not the happiest right now with all the nerfs that they've just gone through. But with this change in the operator price, I do feel the balance still remains, and Jet is still a fairly viable pick. I mean, viable is an understatement, really. But I think also just the running inaccuracies, the walking inaccuracies that have been introduced or whatever have been increased, I think it makes a big difference to how this game has to be approached mechanically. And I think that's where CSGO players will find themselves maybe with just a little bit of an edge as opposed to someone who has come to this game from a non-CSGO background. And that's going to be interesting to see how this patch changes the outlook of the game, at least in India. Team TempesT, I think, happy with that previous push onto this A site, are looking like they want to do something similar once again. As you guys can see, Dudu has just fallen back along with Fishy Bubbly, and they're quite okay to just give them the site, and this is going to allow Jobs to pull out his ultimate. And
Spike planted.
there you go. The spike has gone down as well, so we are going to be watching a 5v5 retake. And for now, Team Lethal Esports, a lot of players over here onto the Heaven side. Darkslayer aggressively updrafting onto that Heaven side, gets traded out, gets a pick onto Dudu, will get traded out, and Team Lethal Esports continue this retake here. Okay, now we'll get a pick onto Blackburn. Satwell will get the trade. Easy picks the trade. Picks coming quick and fast, and now it is just the last player alive for TempesT. He is onto Heaven, and he's going to get taken down as well, as Fishy Bubbly was there to pick up that trade, and Frank just kept that defuse going. He didn't even stop. And Team Lethal Esports executing a retake to almost to near perfection. Team TempesT perhaps might be a little bit disappointed that they couldn't hold on to that side, despite having that Viper ultimate, it has to be said. But nonetheless, scoreline, folks, now moves to 5-2, and as a result of that, I can see a Stinger in the hands of Jobs. It's been a while since I've seen someone use a Stinger in the pro scene, but with the latest changes, I think once again that's just how this game changes every act, every episode, and it looks like it is going to be put into use here by Team TempesT. But apart from the Stinger, it does look like full buys more or less all around for both teams. Another push in coming in towards this mid side. It hasn't worked for them so far in this game. Both the rounds that Team TempesT have picked up, I think, were as a result of making pushes on towards this A side. But take a look at this. Team TempesT, they've picked up all this map control in mid and not quite committing to going into market. And in fact, will walk down in towards spawn, and this is a dangerous position because there you go, Dudu is going to peek from A Heaven, and Team TempesT here putting themselves in a difficult position, get taken down. The crossfire from CT will come out, and what this has done though, it has allowed the last two players of Team TempesT to get into the bomb side and get a plant more or less for free. The plant is going to go down, and this is a 2v2 retake here, folks.
Right there. Blocking vision.
Dudu and Fishy Bubbly, what are they going to do? They are looking, they want to go onto either side here. The Viper Snakebite is going to block off access from this first lane at least. And AEZ's smoke here is going to be a deterrent for them to move in. Jobs here is going to get stunned with that Astral Orb.
Last player standing. One
And
enemy
Fishy
remaining.
Bubbly gets one pick, but Jobs was quick enough with that Stinger to get the retake. We'll pick up the Phantom as well. Thank you very much. As Team TempesT picks up round number 3 for themselves. Scoreline, folks, now moves to 5-3. Jobs getting stunned, but still, he just didn't show presence until he absolutely needed to. And was there to pick up the trade in the end. Good job from Team TempesT. And I at the beginning of that round, I'm not going to lie, I thought Team TempesT were getting into a tough position by making their way all the way to defend the defender-sided spawn. And that was a weird one. But what that did allow is the teams holding on the teams on the side of Lethal Esports who were holding down the B side were forced to come out into CT, and I think that's what allowed both AEZ and Jobs to walk in to site. And at the end of the day, they brought the round home, and I think that's what's most important. We're looking at another technical timeout, folks, so my apologies for this, but hopefully we should be going back very, very soon. Now, as a result of that round, Team Lethal Esports, you guys can see they're going to be coming in with a 5-man Sheriff buy. That's always fun to watch. And Satworld here continuing to dominate 12-5. He is looking like he's in good touch. Blackburn is not far behind as well, and might be a slight cause for concern maybe for Team TempesT, that both their duelists are finding it a little bit difficult at this point to win those crucial gunfights and getting those first picks. But we'll see how that's going to change for the rest of this game. 5-3, we're still in a very early stage in this game. Alright, we are back, and Team Lethal Esports are on an eco, and somehow Dudu should be very happy to be alive right now. He missed a whole bunch of sheriff shots there, but that nade coming in from Satworld, he definitely owes him a beer after this game. Team TempesT, who were on a full buy, have somehow lost 2 players, and take a look at this wraparound. This could be dangerous. It is Blackburn is lethal with that sheriff. Gets the first pick, is going to overheal, and thank you very much, gets a Phantom as well. The Astral Cosmic Divide is going to allow the last 2 players of TempesT to go in for the Spike Plant, and I think this is an interesting 2-controller meta that we're seeing here between Jobs and AEZ, the Astra and the Viper. I actually thought that pick might be a mistake in the beginning, but this is the second time that we're seeing both these players pair up together to take control of side. Pretty interesting to see how effective this is going to be. TempesT is going to pick up Chobs will get a pick. AEZ gets a pick as well. And now we're looking at a 2v2. All of a sudden, Chobs will take down Dudu as well. And from that position, you have to think
Remaining.
that Team Lethal Esports will be disappointed that they didn't pull that round back. They started off so well, got 2 early picks, despite it being an eco round for them. And somehow from their Chobs and AEZ, salvaging the round for Team TempesT. And there you go, the 2 controller meta. It's an interesting one, folks. We haven't seen it much, at least not in the Indian scene. I haven't seen it, but I'm pleasantly surprised to see how well they've been playing together and pulling that round back in the end. I think Ellie Frank pulls out the Hunter's Fury as well, but somehow just didn't get the pick under heaven, and as a result, Team TempesT were able to go ahead and pick up that kill. It is round number 10 now, folks. 5-4 is what the scoreline looks like. A lot of presence outside of B main, and Chobs will get the first pick again here. This time he was in outside of A, as he has been every single round, I think, on attack. He has been lurking outside of A. And now Team TempesT just sort of readjusting, reorganizing. They are still outside of B, and Darkslayer is holding this sneaky angle inside of B main. Drixot here with that headshot. It was crisp onto Satwell. Will overheal as well. Can he get the pick on Dudu? He does get the pick on Dudu as well. And AEZ will get it. Frank and Fishy Bubbly is the last player alive now. Can't expect much. It's a 4v1 situation. He had way too much to do. And with that, Team TempesT are going to level things up with the scoreline at 5-5. Those 2 picks from Reina coming in very, very important in getting control in that mid position. And even Stevens between both these teams. Let's go. All right. Looks like there's another timeout, and this time I don't think this is a technical timeout. This might be a little bit tactical from the side of Team TempesT, and I think they're in a crucial point in this game where they've leveled things up at 5-5, and I think the question is going to be on what they want to do in the last 2 rounds going into that second half. It's going to make things easy for them. We've talked about this before, guys, on the stream. The magic number. How many rounds does an attacker-sided team need to take with them into the second half? And on Ascent, if I'm being honest, I think 5 is good. And Team TempesT from this point on, I think any more rounds would just be a bonus for them. And with that 2 controller setup, I think they're going to have Lethal Esports are definitely going to have a task on their hands to break into those sites. Interestingly enough, they haven't gone for a Sentinel at all. So there are no Sentinels on the TempesT lineup today. 2 controllers. They got Sova and Initiate and a couple of duelists. So it's an interesting pick here for sure. And so far, I think it's working really well for them on Ascent. 5-5 when you're attacking first. I would take those odds. A quick look at the economies. Team Lethal Esports forced into another save round, and this means that Team TempesT will be backing themselves to pick up this round as well. This time around, a lot of pressure starting over at the top mid section, showing a lot of presence immediately off the bat. Dudu here in a very advanced position in A main. Drixot needs to be careful here. There you go. We just talked about it. Dudu has picked up that kill onto AEZ. So 1 controller down for Team TempesT. Chobs is lurking for that for the trade, but Dudu has fallen back. He's moved all the way back in towards A shot actually now, and Satworld trying to make the rotate as Drixot will get the pick onto Blackburn, and now Team TempesT have realized that B side might just be a bit easier right now to get control of. They do have one player, a couple of players to deal with. Fishy Bubbly here, snappy headshot onto Darkslayer. Frank gets a headshot onto Kubrix as well. And Chobs catches Frank off guard. Fishy Bubbly will pick up a Vandal. This could be big. And Team TempesT are now going to rotate all the way back in towards this A side. And I think the call has been given, and
left.
Fishy Bubbly is making his way back. He's 45 HP. But importantly, he has a Vandal in his hands. And he's going to pull out that Cosmic Divide. Will get the first pick onto Chobs. The spike goes down. Gets the second pick as well. Fishy, Bubbly, wrap things up. Eco round coming in from Lethal Esports. They had a 5-man sheriff by
Last round before the switch.
and they've made it work and have picked up another round. 6-5, a round that you would have backed Team TempesT to take home. Lethal Esports were there and they said no. And with that, the scoreline moves to 6-5. Surely Team TempesT will be very much looking to make things all square before they go into the second half. Darkslayer on the side of Team TempesT, just contemplating what are the options here. He's going to go in for the Spectre eventually. So 1 Spectre and 5 rifles. And I think for the first time in this map, we are going to see an operator. And there you go. Immediately peeking from that A-shot position into his mid-link. Gets the pick onto Drixot, my apologies. Will reposition and take a peek here.
Enemy mark.
The owl drone here coming in from Frank will tag Kubrix, who is on a shot and was droning himself actually. Team TempesT happy to just slow things down in this last round. So what are the options here? They do have the Viper ultimate as an option. So Chobs needs to stay alive at any cost. Chobs needs to stay alive till the very end. That was very chaotic. That was very chaotic. Satworld is very low though. And somehow gets a double Colad kill and denies the Viper ultimate, and a flawless round coming in from Team Lethal Esports to put a 7th round on the board. And that's how this half is going to finish, folks. Take a look at this. It was such a chaotic push coming in from this A short side, and I was so caught up with this fight between Kubrix, and somehow I think he was searching for Kubrix, but has a bonus. He got the Colad kill onto Chobs as well, and denying that Viper ultimate, which could have been lethal for them. The scoreline now 7-5. Team TempesT maybe just a little bit disappointed. I would have thought they might want to have finished at 6-6 or maybe even 7-5 themselves, but those last 2 rounds not going in their favor. And now it's going to be interesting to see how Team Lethal Esports are going to respond to this. Now on the side of attack, they do have a lurker in Dudu who is sitting outside of B main. A lot of presence shown in mid in this pistol round early on.
Taking that back.
Looks like they are inclined to go in towards this mid to B push. It is being led by Satworld right now. Gets spotted out. And looks like they're deciding now to fall back here. They are going in towards this A-shot. Satworld is aware of the position that Chobs was holding. He's done a good job at falling back and just denying access to that part of the map with that snake bite. And no commitments made anywhere. Drixot here will get the first pick. Gets traded out by Satworld. And now, do they have an opening in towards B main?
Spike down B.
More picks coming in. And TempesT here have picked off another kill. So 2 players are all what Team Lethal Esports have to work with. And only 1 player on side. Frank needs to be careful here because he does not have Fishy Bubbly to support him yet. And I think Fishy Bubbly is realizing that now, making his way in towards B main. Frank has no utility whatsoever. It's going to come down purely to gunfights, and Team TempesT, as they should, pushing in quickly.
Last player standing.
And realizing that the last player was still making his way out from mid was Fishy Bubbly, and that's going to be the first round in the bag. Team TempesT will be happy with that 7-6, folks. And we've talked about this many times, and a Valorant game goes through these shifts in momentum, and oftentimes that pistol round can be so pivotal in achieving that. And this time around, it's going to be Team Lethal Esports who will pick up the pistol round. My apologies. It's going to be Team TempesT that picks up the pistol round. The scoreline, folks, now at 7-6. Round number 2 coming in, and full buys obviously from Team Tempest, and 3 Sheriff buys from Team Lethal Esports after that loss in the first round. Darkslayer not taking any chances with that. He does only have a ghost in his hands. AEZ here with that bulldog doing some damage through B main, gets a pick as well.
Blocking vision.
A second pick. This time it is Drixot from that market area.
Pulling them
AEZ in a great position here.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh,
Spike
those two
down,
players
B.
lining up beautifully thanks to his gravitational pull. And down to the last player, a 4K coming in from AEZ as Team Tempest will pick up another round. Not surprisingly after winning Pistol, and things are all square here, folks. At Ascent 7-7. I do get the feeling that this best of 3 is going to go all the way down to the wire, folks. And yes, this is a best of 3. If you guys are just tuning in, this one's going to be a best of 3. We're going to be on Ascent and Split and Haven. I believe our maps number 2 and 3.
That'll work.
And we all know how unpredictable Split can be for these teams to navigate. We're into round number 15, guys. Things are all level, and this is going to be a first buy round coming in from Lethal Esports. They need to make this one count, and I'm sure that's what the communication is. That's what they're thinking about. That's what they've talked about at the beginning of this round, is that they need to make this one count. Team Tempest, somewhat of a bonus for them, but Darkslayer has managed to pick up the operator, and this will be huge as well because he is watching A shot right now, and Team Lethal Esports are looking like they want to make their way in. A lot of utility is going to force Darkslayer out of this position. Darkslayer getting taken down. He does get spotted out. The dash could not save him. The spike will go down, and now a 3v4 retake for Team Tempest to figure out. Q-Breaks not checking that spot, and Satwell will pick up 2 more kills. It's down to just Jobs. A 1v3. And I think the call is for him to save. I think it is. And Jobs will get caught in the Cypher tripwire, and I don't know if he'll be allowed to save here. Should he have had his knife in his hand? I'm not quite sure. But Satworld with another a 4K this time around. And Team Lethal Esports looking strong in attack here on Ascent. Have picked up a first round in this half. They did finish 7-5. Tempest were able to pull back 2 rounds. But now they picked up the first gun round. And it's always important to do that. The scoreline now sits very balanced at 8-7.
Concealment.
Once again, Team Lethal Esports are happy to take the fights in mid, and this time winning 2 of those important gunfights, Doodoo and Blackburn here. Team Tempest need to figure out how they're going to do this with just 3 people here. Satworld is down to 10 HP. And after making all the signs, after showing all the signs that they were going in towards that A shot, are now walking in towards B. With all 5 players except Doodoo, who's going to stick around in mid. Unfortunately for them, Jobs is holding that site, and this one-way smoke is going to deny them B main at least for a while.
One enemy remaining. Spike down mid.
I have retrieved the spike.
And Team Tempest here are reduced to their last player. It's going to be Jobs. I think he's aware that the rotation is coming in. And 1v3. I wonder if he's going to go in for the retake here. It's going to be a little bit challenging.
Planted.
He is 150 HP though. He does not have any utility left. Doodoo is going to be watching this heaven angle. He's also 150 HP. Jobs will get a pick onto the lurking Satworld from behind, I believe it was. He needs to watch A main. Both players are in fact on A main. Those astral orbs are looking menacing around the spike. They will not allow him to defuse. Chops, interestingly, going in towards A main, wants to take the fight head on. And it's always going to be difficult for him. Both players holding the same angle, and it's going to be Team Lethal Esports who will control the damage there. Have picked up another round, score line moving to 9-7. A quick look at the economies, folks. This does mean that Team TempesT is going to come in with an eco round this time around at 9-7. And it's likely that we're going to see the scoreline move to 7-10 as a result of that. On the side of Team Lethal Esports, I think they've balanced themselves so well in the second half. I know they lost the first 2 rounds, but starting off in that first gun round, doing really well to pull things back. Satworld, I have to talk about him. He's on 22 and 11 right now, so he's definitely feeling himself. In terms of ultimates, they've got 3 ultimates to work with. The Neural Theft from Cypher, they've got the Hunter's Fury and the Showstopper. And on the side of Team TempesT, they've got the Viper ultimate, and that's always helpful. They've got the Cosmic Divide from Astra and the Reina Empress, but that's going to get shut down almost immediately. Frank here, I think this was at mid. As Team TempesT will lose their first player in this round. Lethal Esports happy to take this one as slow as possible. This is an eco round, folks. Let's remind ourselves, this is an eco round coming in for Team TempesT. So I'm a little bit surprised that Lethal Esports haven't just decided to storm in to A site, which is looking fairly empty right now. And AEZ is going to be very outnumbered here. Very soon he does get a pick. Satworld, that was a beautiful trade.
30 seconds left.
And now with full control of this A site, the spike's going to go down. This is a 4v3, a 3v4 retake here. It's going to be a little bit challenging. Blackburn has turned on the Empress, and he's going to be dangerous to look out for here. Team TempesT coming in with these pistols here. Looking at the economies, I wonder if the ploy here is just to get off as many picks as they can. And now Jobs has picked off Satworld, who I think was very adventurously on top mid while his team was guarding the spike on A side. And the decision is clear. The Darkslayer is going to be saving this Phantom. In fact, Jobs has managed to get his hands on another gun, and it's going to be only Kubricks who doesn't yet have a gun. And interestingly, he's not going for the save. Maybe he's just going to die to the spike. No! I don't know how this happened, but Darkslayer gets picked off eventually, but I think his intention was to not allow the players to come out of that spike explosion, and he managed to get 2 players killed with the spike because of that. And let's take a look at how that has affected the economy here, folks. Team TempesT is going to come in with full buys this time around. I think they managed to save 1 gun, I'm not quite sure. Team Lethal Esports, they are on the verge of going into an eco. If they lose this round, for sure they will be forced into an eco round, but for now I do feel the game is well balanced and slightly inclining in towards Team Lethal Esports, if I was being honest right now. The Showstopper gets pulled out. Satworld, take a look at this. TempesT AEZ gets deleted here, but he's not aware that Darkslayer is also sitting in boathouse, and in fact there are 2 more players in boathouse, and that is definitely unexpected, as Drixot here comes in towards CT as well, only to find out that Team Lethal Esports have already started the rotation in towards this A side, and in fact they are already on A side. They're already on A side. They're going to get the plant down as well. Team TempesT here need to work out this retake. We are looking at a 4v4 now, and in terms of these post-plant positions, Team Lethal Esports, all 4 players are going to be on B main, and Team TempesT are going to end up wasting a lot of time just to clear the site. Will smoke off A main temporarily. Blackburn here will get a kill onto Jobs. And out comes the Hunter's Fury. That was always the play. Surely gets a tag onto Jet. Jet is going to get picked off. It's down to just Kubricks, and he'll get taken down as well. And Lethal Esports will secure that round as well. 11 rounds on the board for Lethal Esports, and I think we're starting to see the favorites for this first map at least. Team TempesT have a lot to come back for. 11-7 now the scoreline. Look at the
I
economy
should
here.
place some ash right there.
They should still be okay to come in with another full buy round, more or less. I can see a judge in there from Dark Slayer, but maybe he might just switch over to his ultimate if he can get access to an orb. Still 3 ultimates on the side of Team TempesT. We got Chobs with the Viper ultimate. We got the Cosmic Divide, and I think we've been seeing these as options for many rounds now. And Rigsort is looking dangerous. Gets the first pick, but that dismiss just couldn't get him back into cover. And Satworld is there to get the trade. How good has Satworld been on doing that? Throws that nade into his market just to make sure that they have full control.
Revealing area.
Now, Team Elite eSports are going to make their way in towards this A side. Interestingly, Chobs is sitting over at Vines as AEZ and Darkslayer are going to hold off these B main angles. Chobs isn't going to see much because the team Lethal eSports is advancing in towards A short.
Shock dart.
Quite happy to take this one really slow. Lethal eSports, they don't want to make
30
they
seconds
don't want to
left.
make a single wrong move. Satworld just clearing all the angles on A shot. It does look like he does have tree control now, and he's aware that Chobs is around here somewhere. They just don't know where. And there is a player on A main as well, and I wonder if he will
10
get picked
seconds
off.
left.
It does look like he will. Dudu has done a good job here, and with Astra going down, they do have a lot of control over this side. The spike will go down, and now it's down to just Fishy Bubbly.
You are divided.
My apologies, Dark Slayer and AEZ to navigate this retake. In fact, we're looking at a 2v2. Dark Slayer did get a pick as well, and this Cosmic Divide is being such a nuisance for them. AEZ here seems to be
Last
aware that
player
there is a
standing.
player now. His teammate will get picked off. Dudu goes down.
One enemy remaining.
Go there.
Gets the pick onto Fishy Bubbly. It's just between
Coming
him
up,
and
come on.
Dudu.
Diffuse.
It's gonna stick to the half. Gets the pick, but he's not gonna be able to take down that spike, and that's gonna be another round in the bag for Team Lethal eSports, who have been very impressive on attack. It has to be said on Ascent. 12-7, folks. And we are on match point as a result of that. Satworld has been really, really good for Team Lethal eSports. Just the way he's always there to take those trades, and almost every single time has been successful in doing that. He's on 25-14 right now. Definitely my standout player for today, so far at least on Ascent. On the side of Team TempesT, that dual controller meta, AEZ and Chobs.
Going Astro, guys.
I did feel it was a good strategy in the first half, but somehow in the second half I feel that they have been missing out on having a sentinel in play. Duty here gets his camera out. Meanwhile, shots are fired here. Take a look at Darkslayer's position. Chobs so aggressive, standing out into B main. He's got Darkslayer for support as well. Ooh, and that was unfortunate. Eddie Frank, he was in his owl drone screen, and
Spike
Darkslayer
down.
dashing in towards
One
him.
enemy
A whole
remaining.
bunch of kills in mid. It is down to just the last player. It's going to be Fishy Bubbly. Can he clutch it and take this match home?
Blocking vision.
Gets that smoke out, making things a little bit easier for himself. Smokes don't stop the bullets though.
I have the spike.
He's managed to pick up the spike as well. And Team TempesT are quite happy to allow him to do that. He does have an avenue to go in towards A and get the plant down. The
30
game could
seconds
suddenly
left.
change after that. Team TempesT don't seem to be aware on where he is. Chobs is near A main, so if the plant does go down, he's going to be the first one who's going to hear that sound cue. Fishy Bubbly, I think he's taking the time to go and clear wines, and yep, the plant is going to go down.
10 seconds
I
left.
don't think anyone's going to be able to stop this.
Spike planted.
And now Fishy Bubbly, can he do something special here?
Concealment.
Oh, he needed to win that gunfight with Jobs. He needed to win that first gunfight, but Jobs came out on top, and Team TempesT will breathe another round. They'll live to breathe another round. 12-8 now, folks. 12-8. Can we see a shift in momentum now, or is it too late for Team TempesT in this first map? Let's remember, folks, this is a best of 3. We are on Ascent right now. We're going to split next, and then our third map for this game is going to be on Haven. I get the feeling that this match is going to go all the way down to the wire. That's an interesting one-way smoke from Chobs onto a shot. Tucking in that smoke. And take a look at this. Take a look at this. I think Lethal Esports are going to force the issue here. All 5 players outside of A. This one-way smoke is going to stop them, at least temporarily. More or less full buys, folks, on both sides. I can see the judge on Darkslayer again. I think he is playing A main this time around, so we are going to see it in action. The owl drone will come in from Frank. Darkslayer will get that pick onto Satworld. That's a big one. Satworld going down. But not being able to get into A side. So I think Team TempesT have done well here. At the start of this round, I thought they were going to rush into A side, but it wasn't to be. And Darkslayer with that judge. Jobs has gone down to he is very low on HP, but he did his job. He helped Darkslayer to get that pick. And that one-way smoke also stopped them to a large extent. And now, Lethal Esports, the spike, interestingly, is still
30 seconds
with
left.
Fishy Bubbly, and it's outside of A. And Blackburn will be there from A shot to pick up those 2 important kills. And now Lethal Esports have control of A side. The plant is going to go down. Jobs is so low on HP. He is so low. I don't think he's going to be able to help in this retake. He does have... So Team TempesT do have a couple of ultimates to use here. I wonder...
One enemy remaining.
If they're going to be able to do that. It's down to this Fishy Bubbly. What happened here? And Fishy Bubbly will get taken down, and Team TempesT will pull back another round. And I'm not sure if we're ever going to see the ultimates coming out from Team TempesT, from the Viper and Astra. And quite frankly, I don't know if they need it. It's 12-9 right now. And are we seeing... I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it, guys. But are we seeing a comeback here from Team TempesT? I mean, take nothing away from Lethal Esports. They've played really well to bring themselves to this position so far.
Let's see now.
But Team TempesT now slowly starting to show signs that they may have it in them to pull off an incredible comeback here. This round should be in the bag for them. I have to, I mean, you've got to say this, because Team Lethal Esports are coming in with a full eco. Well, at least they're coming in with Sheriffs and Frenzies.
Poison orb emitting. Poison's off.
And the Sheriff, Satworld, making it count, gets a first pick onto AEZ. He needs to deal with Darkslayer. He needs to deal with Darkslayer. He cannot. Darkslayer will get the trade. And Frank gets a pick as well. So Team Lethal Esports being a real nuisance with these Sheriffs. Jobs gets a pick
down
onto
mid.
Fishy Bubbly. Gets a second pick as well onto Blackburn. And Dudu meanwhile has walked in towards A side, and this could be dangerous for Team TempesT.
Toxin screen down.
Take a look at Jobs' position here. He is watching mid. But Dudu is already on A site. And I think Frank is just waiting for the signal from Dudu that he can come in. Maybe they want to pick. I'm not quite sure. But it's a 2v3.
30
and
seconds left.
Team TempesT realizing that they can't put a single foot wrong here, because Team Lethal Esports are going to take advantage of any mistakes. And this seems to be a mistake to me. They don't know that Dudu is already on A shot. Don't break this for class. Do not break this, Dudu. That will be the end for your team. And now, Dudu,
10
you're
seconds
up.
left.
You are up.
player standing.
Taking his time with that headshot. Can he get the vandal out? He can, but it's not going to be quick enough. And Darkslayer was there to pick up that trade. He took his time with that first headshot, and I think that was okay. That was an okay thing to do, but it just wasn't enough.
Out of
As Team TempesT will pull back another round, and expectedly so, the save round coming in from Team Lethal Esports will go the way of Team TempesT. And now,
1 second.
game on, folks. Game on. 12-10. We could be looking at overtime. We could be looking at overtime. I'm not going to write it off. It is an option. Oops. Just going to try that again. Oops. Never mind. He's going to find a different spot for that. A more split approach this time around from Team Lethal Esports. We've got 3 players outside of A and a couple of players, Cypher and Satworld, who are in mid-link right now, showing some presence in towards this B side. Fishy Bubbly does have a spike on him. He's got the Cosmic Divide. You know what, folks? I think Team TempesT's Viper and AEZ have not used their ults the whole of the second half. How interesting is that? They've had them for as options for almost 4 rounds now, if I'm not mistaken. Darkslayer will open things up with that first operator pick, and that could be big. It is Satworld who goes down. Satworld going down. And Team Lethal Esports here need to regroup. Blackburn does look like he's tempted to go in for that trade, but I don't know if he wants to peek the operator. Darkslayer has been
ahead.
pretty good so far, I think. Cubics here.
The hunt begins.
Will spot out a player or two. Let's take a look at what
left.
Dudu is up to here. He doesn't have the spike on him, so this is... Make no mistake, folks. Dudu is going to be a nuisance because he wants to show as much presence as possible as his teammates move in towards this A side. Blackburn is on his Empress. This could be big. Gets the pick. Gets the first pick.
Spike down A.
Only 10 seconds left on the clock. Can the spike go down? Frank is going to go in for the plant. And here it will get denied.
Remaining.
It will get denied, and that means Team TempesT have done enough to pick up that round. And Dudu will just need to be happy with those exit frags because Team TempesT are actually doing this, folks. 12-11, and what does this do to the economy for Team Lethal Esports? I think they'll be okay. They should be able to come in with rifles. A couple of players may need to be on light shields. But Team TempesT doing really well here, and now a pause being requested here from Team TempesT. 12-11. Are we going into overtime, folks?
I will find you. Here.
A very, very heavy B-sided push coming in from Lethal Esports this time around. Satworld does have the showstopper, and what is the bet that he's going to whip it out and jump in towards the second lane? And Team TempesT actually have 2 players sitting in boathouse right now, and they have Darkslayer with the operator watching in from CT as well.
You are divided.
Trying to get some more information. The Cosmic Divide coming in, denying entry, denying vision completely from CT, and Satworld will get 1 pick in boathouse. Will get traded out by Cubrix.
Shot dark.
And Team Lethal Esports look like they want to move away. They're going back. It looks like they are going back. They got 1 pick. It was Satworld who did the damage with the showstopper. But in exchange, they have lost a couple of players. And Fishy Bubbly here doing a good job holding this angle. Aggressively gets a pick onto Jobs, who was rotating through. The drone pulled out almost immediately from Lubrix. Cubrix, my apologies. And now a 3v3 retake. This could go either way, folks. This could go either way. I can sense the tension.
Nowhere to run.
And out comes the Hunter's Fury on point. Gets a tag as well.
Last player standing.
And this could be curtains for TempesT, folks. This could be curtains for TempesT. It's going to be Team
Attackers
Lethal
win.
eSports who pull off that victory. And in the end, this match not going in towards overtime. It's going to be Lethal eSports who have picked up that first map.
Alright, 13 to 11 Satwell, surely the match MVP. 28 and 19, some real impact is coming in from him in the end. Doing just about enough was Team Lethal eSports. 13-11 folks is the score in the first half, in the first map. And this means that we're going to be headed over now to Split. And then if there's going to be a tiebreaker, we're going to be headed over to Haven. That was a fun match, folks, to watch. Team TempesT showing signs of recovery, showing signs of comeback, but in the end it wasn't to be. Team Lethal eSports kind of managed to pull it off. Before we move to map number 2, I just want to quickly talk about, guys, the Battle Pass giveaway. If you guys haven't yet registered, then please make sure you do. The description has the instructions for the Battle Pass. But I'm going to explain to you guys. All you guys need to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, join our Discord server, and leave a comment on our Battle Pass post, tagging 5 of your friends. And that's all you need to do, and you're eligible to win. We're going to be announcing the winners on Friday and Saturday. So make sure that you guys are there, tuned in for that particular stream. But for now, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to show you guys some lovely music from other than Paloma, who are our music partners, and we'll be back with live action.
Turn the lights up. I'm feeling it. Not too serious. I'm killing this. Turn the lights up. I'm feeling it. Not too serious. I'm killing this vibe. Need a boogie bed by my side. Existential every other day. Can't stop the mind from running to the grave, but I'm try. I need my black and white delight. Not just smile at a stranger. I'm not looking for danger. They gon' call me deranged, but I don't really care. Don't you step on my sunshine. I'm not looking to waste time. Just wanna let it all go and dance the night away. Go on disco and that dance. Tonight's the night, let's take a chance. I play soccer for romance. So come on disco and that dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Just wanna let it all go and dance the night away. Go on disco and let's dance. The lights them light, let's take a chance. I'm a sucker for romance, so come on disco and let's dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. The night is young, but my thoughts are getting old. Step a little bit closer, make me swallow my pride. Drive me crazy tonight. Melancholic words on a sick beat. Look at this groove like a bolt from my blues I rise. My boogie bear is not too shy. Might just smile at a stranger. I'm not looking for danger. They gon' call me deranged, but I don't really care. Don't you step on my sunshine. I'm not looking to waste time. Just wanna let it all go and dance the night away. Go on disco and let's dance. Tonight's the night, let's take a chance. I'm a sucker for romance, so come on disco and let's dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. On disco and let's dance. Tonight's the night, let's take a chance. I'm a sucker for romance, so come on disco and let's dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Turn the lights up, I'm feeling it. Not too serious, I'm killing this vibe. Need a boogie bear by my side. Existential every other day. Can't stop the mind from running to the grave, but I'ma try. I need my black and white delight. Might just smile at a stranger. I'm not looking for danger. They gon' call me deranged, but I don't really care. Don't you step on the sunshine. I'm not.
Alright folks, welcome back. If you guys are enjoying that music, that was Adil and Paloma. That song I believe is called Disco Panda. If you guys are enjoying that music, please make sure to go into the description. All their Spotify links are available, and show them your love and support. They are our music partners for this particular event. The band that you guys are listening to right now is called Underground Authority, and they're also an awesome band. Adil actually plays the guitar for them, and they're based out of Kolkata. So please make sure you guys show your support. But now, it's time for map number 2, folks. We saw Team Lethal eSports edging TempesT out just a little bit, 13-11, a very close match. And now we're going to be moving to map number 2. It's going to be split. I can see that almost all players are already
All right, folks. All right, split. It is. Things are gonna get heated up in this game. So if you guys are just arriving, let me just catch you guys up. Team Lethal Esports picked up the first map, Ascent 13-11. This is a best of 3, and now we're on the map number 2. It's going to be on split. And map number 3, we're going to head over to Haven if Team TempesT can pull off a victory here. 10 seconds on the clock. We are about to get going and take a look at the positions from Lethal Esports. They are going to be making a no-nonsense push. It looks like, whoops. I think we just got a glimpse of Astra's scalp there. That's always fun to see. So not as fast a push as I originally envisioned, but they are still going in with numbers. Walking in for now, AEZ. He's in for a surprise. I was going to say he comes face to face with 4 players, and with that one pick, the Sage Ball goes up on CT, and full side control established from Lethal Esports. A 4v5 retake coming in here. Drixort has picked up 1 kill. He is leading the charge. It looks like he's got a classic in his hand. Darkslayer will pick up a 2nd kill. A 3rd kill coming in from Kubrick as well. This is some really good combination play. The Sky
1 enemy remaining
is down to just the last player, Sat World, and TempesT. TempesT just picked up that retake. No problem at all. No problem at all. They were slightly outnumbered, but take a look at how they pushed in with numbers through this A-ramp position. And Kubrick with those flashes, he looked relentless. And the last player, Satworld, he had too much to deal with. And it was too easy here almost for Team TempesT. So they will pick up round number 1. That will give them a boost in confidence. Team Lethal Esports, despite getting side control so easily in that first round, weren't able to hold those post-plant positions well enough. And the scoreline now moves to 1-0. Folks, we are going to be conducting a US tournament as well next week. The prize pool for that one is going to be $500. Some fresh teams are going to be participating. My man Just Alex is going to be casting that one, so make sure you guys tune in for that stream as well. Quick look at the economies here. 1 sheriff purchase for Team Lethal Esports, and that's going to be on Blackburn. Darkslayer very aggressively peeking out onto his wall in mid. Satworld was waiting for a 2nd peek, but when it came, it was Darkslayer who came out on top. And so 3 players, in fact, going down for Lethal Esports. They're down to just Blackburn. And Fishy Bubbly, who's going to get caught out here as well from Chops. It is down to just Blackburn. Will get micro flashed. He's going to get a push in. Misses that headshot on a flawless round coming in for Team TempesT. This should give them a boost in confidence. Team TempesT looking good here, picking up 2 rounds in quick succession. And now Lethal Esports will come in with a full buy, surely. They do look like they favor the A site on split once again. Coming in towards this site. And Kubrick's just pointing out that the Astral Orb has already been placed. So an early indication that this is going to be an A site push. And interestingly enough, a couple of players from Lethal Esports are actually now making their way over to B, but the spike is still at A.
They're concussed.
Fishy Bubbly will get the pick. Kubrick did get a dink on him though. And all this action is actually happening over on the A side. Lethal Esports not committing beyond this. Not committing beyond that initial pick here. And Drixort will hold off this angle for now, so no threat here in A. But let's take a look at what's happening in mid. I do hear some presence, and I think it's Doodoo who's trying to make his way. He's broken the stage wall already. He's got flanked for support. Gotta go ahead and break down this wall completely. Darkslayer is watching B Heaven, and we've got Drixort as well. Watching this Vent's position. Doodoo now making his way in, an Astral Smoke coming in. Cypher Cage as well. And elsewhere, TempesT AEZ has picked up a kill. I think this was on A side. So that lurk into A from Team Lethal Esports actually never stopped. And those 3 players continue to be there. AEZ now aware, definitely giving the calls to his team that this is going to be an A push eventually. Repositioning very, very well. Should get the pick onto Frank, but no. Frank is quick. He will get the pick. Drixaw is there to get
Spike
the trade
down
onto
A.
Fishy Bubbly.
10
And I think
seconds
he's just
left.
been walled into heaven. 10 seconds on the clock. The plant needs to go down. Sat World not connecting those shots.
Spike
Jobs
planted.
will come out on top. A 2v3, a 3v2 retake here. Just two players on site. Frank aggressive.
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
a pick. Drixaw will get the trade. Is down to just Duru. He's got a phantom. He's 150 HP. 1v2.
One enemy
Gets the
remaining.
pick onto Chobs. Gets the second pick as well.
copy
And he
of
is going to
nothing.
clutch that round. That is going to be the first round in the bag for Team Lethal Esports. Duru doing an excellent job there. Take a look at these crisp headshots. Boom. And once again, boom. What a clutch coming in from Duru. Lethal Esports will post round number 1 on the board. The scoreline now at 2-1. And let's talk about that magic number again, guys. Let's talk about it because I love talking about it. The magic number on split, folks, can be as low as 3 and 4. And if you're wondering, what's a magic number, dude? The magic number that I talk about is how many rounds an attacker-sided team really wants to take with them into the second half when they attack first. And that number is different on different maps, right? And team compositions obviously also have a big influence on what an acceptable magic number, quote-unquote, can be. But on a map like Split, which is so defender-sided, and I think most pros do feel that way, getting just 3 rounds or 4 rounds can sometimes do the trick for you. Team TempesT surely will try their best to not give any rounds more, at least not for now. Just a quick recap, folks. Team TempesT, I do see an SMG on them along with a Bulldog, an SMG on Satworld as well. And finally, looks like Lethal Esports do want to make this push in towards this B Heaven side, being very cagey about it. There's almost no commitment unless they're sure that there's a kill on
30
offer.
seconds left.
And TempesT doing well here to just hold off after all this pressure. Blackbird is going to be the first to peek A Heaven, and Drixaw was waiting for him there. Jobs was holding a
Spike
good
down
position
A.
as well. Will take the kill on Frank, but Fishy Bubbly will get 2 important kills, and now the plant is going to go down.
Spike planted.
They're concussed.
And take a look at how these guys are chasing Satworld. They know he's concussed, and he has done really well to somehow survive until this point. And what a shot! Gets a kill, and Darkslayer realizes that he's just there to waste his time. He now needs to focus on the retake. And Fishy Bubbly's
enemy
waiting. Gets
remaining.
that headshot, is down to just AEZ. Lethal Esports, do they have round number 2 in the bag? And Fishy Bubbly was fully in control of that situation all the time, and Lethal Esports will secure round number 2 for themselves on the board. The scoreline, folks, now moving to 2-2.
I got enough time to go into the astral form.
If you guys are just tuning in, guys, this is League Egos India Invitational version 2. We had a tournament last month in India. We had a tournament last month in the US as well. And this time around, this is an 8-team knockout. We got 8 of the biggest names in India, in Valorant at least, fighting for a prize pool of 50,000 rupees. All the rounds are going to be played out as best of 3s, except for the finals, which is going to be a best of 5. And that is scheduled for Saturday. It's going to be fun, folks. Make sure you guys are there. Duru.
I know
Duru with the
exactly.
lurk on A side, pulls out a neural theft as well. Will get traded out, but I think he's done his job. Take a look at his teammates, though.
There.
And Duru has done just enough, and Team Lethal Esports have come in from this B mid to heaven push. And take a look at what they're doing now, and Blackburn doing a lot of damage, cutting off this rotation from a CT. Is down to just the last 2 players. I think it is Darkslayer and Chobs, who are both in B main, and we did not realize that TempesT was on an eco round, losing back-to-back gun rounds.
One
a
enemy
precautionary
remaining.
satchel here. Frank has picked up another kill on Slayer. It is down to just Jobs. He's going to be cornered here in B main. This could be the end for him, one way or another. And he's going to go in and decide to die to that spike explosion. Not a bad idea here. 2-3, a third round on the board for Lethal Esports. And now, interestingly, on the side of attack, we were talking about the magic number. Just coming back to that, they've already got 3 rounds on the board. Forced team TempesT into an eco round, and 3-2 is not a bad score to be at. It's not a bad place to be at all. And maybe they can just construct from here on a 4 or 5 round half for themselves. A scoreline of 6-6 on split would be unbelievable for them going into the second half, and Lethal Esports, that's what they want to do. Starting off this round with a lot of presence in mid. The Heaven being guarded right now by both Cubics and Dark Slayer, working in tandem with those sky flashes. They won't secure a pick yet, and Lethal Esports slowing down as well. Dudu once again trying to be annoying on that A side. Will get picked off this time though without doing too much damage. Was that Kubrick's? Was that his dog? Just got stuck at the wall, it looks like. Why would he wall? Why would he dog if there was a wall there? I'm not quite sure. The wall eventually does go down. Dark Slayer still holding this angle. A good position here, holding it from the rafters. Meanwhile, Lethal Esports have decided that they actually want to take the spike over to the A side. Satworld continuing to do the damage on the B side, and now this could be risky. This could be risky. AEC will get both those picks, and I'm not sure what Fishy Bubbly was doing there. He should have prevented at least one of those. He should have prevented at least one of those, but now Drixaw will be there to pick him off.
Last player
Pulls
standing.
off the ultimate, kills himself
enemy
as well, and
remaining.
Jobs will get the last kill on to Blackburn, and that is a round in the bag for Team TempesT. 3-3 on the board, folks. That was really well played. Lethal Esports doing so well to create so much confusion over at the mid and at B side. And Satworld continuing that push, simulating a B push. But meanwhile, the Spike and a couple of players from Lethal Esports tried to sneak their way in. But that Sage Revive just not working out for them. I think it was AEZ who was holding that angle, continued to hold it until the end. He expected that revive was in the play, was definitely in play, and
Going Astro, guys.
read it like a book, if I'm being honest. Alright, so a more of a kitchen sink kind of approach here coming in from Team Lethal Esports. All 5 players this time around on A side, which looks
You are divided.
like it is currently only being guarded by 1 player. Ooh, Satworld gets an important kill. Dark Slayer could have done a lot of damage with that wall. That boosted position, but now Lethal Esports have got control of the side. A whole lot of players here. Frank is playing in a very advanced position. He needs to lock down this CT position. The Cosmic Divide will end.
Fire in the hole.
And Satworld is going to pull out the ultimate, gets a pick onto Jobs before getting taken down himself by Drixaw.
One enemy remaining.
Frank, Fishy, Bubbly here. A couple of good kills, and Frank will get the kill as well, and they will pull off this post plant. Lethal Esports not missing a step. Pull back another round. The scoreline now moving to 3-4. These two teams, it's very difficult to separate them, guys. It's very difficult to separate them. They've been neck and neck so far.
There.
Just a quick look at the economies now. Team TempesT are now going to be forced into another save round. I can see a couple of sheriffs,
Let's flush them out.
a shorty even in the hands of
There.
Jobs, and it'll be interesting to see how they position themselves for this next round. Kubrick's here is in a very aggressive position. Oh, this flash could be good. He comes out very aggressively. Gets 2 kills with that
Spike down
classic
mid.
Kubrick's. You cannot do that on an eco round, my friend. You cannot do that. He just pushes out of mid. What a move that was from him. He nearly secured the third as well. Satworld eventually does get the pick and gets a pick onto Dark Slayer as well. Team Lethal Esports still don't have the numbers advantage, and now Satworld making it count.
One enemy
Gets a
remaining.
4th kill. It is his a 4K so far. Will be hungry for that ace, I'm not gonna lie. And now it is down to just the last player from Team TempesT. It's going to be AEZ making the rotation over to the B side. He has the Cosmic Divide as an option. Perhaps can even pick up a gun or two here. And it could be game
Spike
on.
planted.
Who knows? Chooses to not go to mid searching for a gun. Continues to push in with this Sheriff. Saving one of the guns in mid is still an option for him, guys. He can still go around. Will get spotted out and tagged as well. No harm done there though. But now Dudu will continue to jiggle, peek and be a nuisance and will pick up that kill as well. The scoreline now moving to 5-3. Team Lethal Esports stringing together a couple of rounds back to back here, and now momentum. I'm going to throw that another big word out there. Momentum is starting to build towards Team Lethal Esports.
In the astral plane. I should do.
Full buys, guys, from both teams this time around, and an early ultimate from Chobs wanting to deny map control in mid. Gets spotted out by the boom bot. But should be okay. Should be okay for now. And unless Team Lethal Esports have an ultimate of their own to counter this, if Satwell can somehow get perhaps an orb and maybe even that showstopper, and that could be a big move for them. Pre-firing every possible angle here in this Viper cloud. But Chobs continues to sit safely. Temporarily blinded here. Gets a couple of kills but will get traded out, and then Dudu now has a decision to make. Do they continue to push in towards this B? Should be able to pick up the spike, no problems. Inching their way towards this B side. It looks like it might be a B commit. Fishy Bubbly coming in from B main. Blackburn doesn't know. He doesn't know that there's a player under him. It is
30 seconds left.
Kubricks. Eventually figures it out. Gets that pick as well. And now Fishy Bubbly and him take firm control of B side. The plant will go down. It's going to be a 3v3 retake coming in from the side of Team TempesT. Drixort here will lead the charge. Will spot out Blackburn. I don't know if he's aware of Dudu's position. He needs to check this close right corner. And Darkslayer was there to protect him from that situation. He'll go ahead and revive Chobs as well. Now this could be big. This equation all of a sudden becomes a 4v2.
Pulling them in.
And in comes a Cosmic Divide.
One enemy remaining.
It's down to just Blackburn. The Cosmic Divide is going to be a difficult one for him to deal with. He tried to push through. He did have the option of perhaps getting that kill and then dismissing back. But it wasn't to be. It is going to be Team TempesT who will pull back that round. Well played to them. An excellent retake and getting that pick in mid and that revive going from Darkslayer. I think was a key part of that retake. And thanks to that, they now bring up a fourth round.
Right there.
They post a fourth round for themselves on the board. The scoreline now
That'll
is
work.
4-5.
That'll work.
Team Lethal Esports will be feeling pretty good about themselves, guys,
I am
already.
with you.
They'll already
We
be
are strong.
quite content with 5 rounds on the board, and maybe 6. 6 would just be an absolute bonus, and I think Team Lethal Esports would definitely fancy their chances of going straight into the semis if they can do that here. Darkslayer playing a slightly different position than before. He is now in the vents area, and Kubricks is holding down B Heaven himself. Still has the wall as an option. Satworld now trying to lurk in A side, playing the role that Dudu was playing in this round, in this match so far. And it looks like Reina is the only player who is from Lethal Esports in mid, trying to make some noise. And Drixort with that judge gets a couple of kills, gets a third as well. He will get traded out by Fishy Bubbly, but he shuts down that showstopper. And as a result, Lethal Esports are down to their last 2 players, Fishy Bubbly and Blackburn here. Fishy Bubbly knows where Cubrix is. He's trying to go in for the pick, but there are too many players for him to
Spike
deal with.
down
Blackburn
A.
here. Can he get a pick? He is blind as a bat. Cubrix will get that pick eventually, and Team Tempest pulling things back just a little bit. 5-5 on the scoreboard now. Team Lethal Esports nervously glancing above their shoulders. I thought they will easily go in for another round, but Team Tempest making life a little bit difficult for them. Very much A-sided push with just Blackburn trying to create that distraction in mid. Wasn't to be. Didn't work out for them eventually. 5-5 on the board, folks. 5-5 on the board. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Is going to be the halftime scoreline. What are your predictions? Cubrix and Darkslayer continuing to hold this site, and this time around a lot of presence is being shown by Lethal Esports in this midsection. They need to be able to deal with Sky splashes here, or it could be dangerous for them. And after that initial presence here, just one player has snuck into the vents position. It's Satworld. This could be big. And he is met with a Sage Wall. It's going to deny him entry here. Although if they do bide their time, it is entirely possible that this wall might just collapse and they can catch Team Tempest off guard. But Blackburn's Lear here is going to give everything away. If he does do that, they do decide to eventually break the wall. Slightly more aggressive approach than what I was suggesting, but it might do the trick. And take a look at this. It's going to be another fake. They actually decide to move back, and Chobs here has picked up a kill on B main. Ooh, Drixor with a showstopper. A really good showstopper coming in from him. A 4K to wrap things up. Team Tempest now putting together 3 wins in a row.
In the half.
A scoreline now at 6-5. And Team Lethal Esports a little bit short on money here. Are going to be coming in with 2 Spectres for this final round in this half. Alright, a kill early on here for Team Lethal Esports. It looks like they've already come onto site. Cubrix is still there though. That is a beautiful nade. That was a beautiful nade from Drixor here, denying that plant, and he even goes ahead and picks up a couple of kills. Where is he? He's still on B heaven. He's down to 11 HP, and Lethal Esports down to just 3 players. Duru here in a very, very difficult position. He gets picked up eventually by Drixor. Satworld and Fishy Bubbly will get a pick each. Fishy Bubbly gets another kill here. And now it's a 2v2. This nade could be huge here for Drixor. He might get picked off. 15 HP. That Sky Flash was crucial. It's down to just the last player. So 1v1. Satworld versus Cubrix. And Cubrix will be the one who gets that headshot. And that is going to be the halftime scoreline for this map at split. 7-5 in favor for Team Tempest. And we've talked about the magic number, folks, and we've talked about how on split the magic number can be as low as 3 and 4, but Lethal Esports actually coming in with 5 attacking rounds, and on the side of defense might just fancy themselves, although we do need to factor in the momentum that Team Tempest are bringing into the second half. I think they won 4 rounds on the trot, if I'm not mistaken. The scoreline was 4-5. So that momentum definitely going to be with Team Tempest, and it's going to be interesting to see how they line up. It's going to be an all mid and B push. It looks like 4 players committing to this mid push, as I can see, and Chobs is going to be the only player making his way in towards the B main section. Just trying to be... will get the pick onto Satworld with a classic, goes down to 20 HP. And meanwhile, the rest of Team TempesT have actually made their way into its B from B Heaven. Dudu's going to get outnumbered here. He will. He goes down. Lethal eSports need to navigate a 3v5 retake coming in from CT. I believe it's Fishy Bubbly. Frank gets a pick, gets traded out. Blackburn gets one as well. This should be the end for Fishy Bubbly. It is down to just Blackburn. He's managed to overheal to 140 HP. A couple of good headshots would have helped him there, but it wasn't to be. It's going to be TempesT who is going to pick up that round. The scoreline moving to 8-5. The pistol round is huge. And this time around, it goes in the favor of the attacking team. The scoreline, folks, now moves to 8-5.
Should I play some stars in this reality? Covering it.
All right, Elif, what's happening here? Lethal eSports. 3 classic picks early on. That's huge. That's huge. They don't have the spike though, so the last 2 players of the TempesT have now... How did this happen, folks? How did this happen? They did go in with a full buy, and I think they still fancy themselves. Okay, make no mistake, they still do fancy themselves, but Team Lethal eSports do have a couple of Spectres, or whatever guns were dropped by the other players.
One enemy remaining.
And getting killed in the flash. That is unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. AEZ is the last player alive. He has a bulldog in his hands, but no way. Lethal eSports, they were absolutely lethal in that round. I believe it was a full save for them. It was a full save for them.
Thrifty.
A thrifty round coming in for Team Lethal eSports. The scoreline moving to 8-6. And I would have backed Team TempesT to pick up round number 9 for themselves. Maybe looking at a scoreline of 9-5. But Team Lethal eSports said no. The scoreline, folks, now at 8-6. This match is carefully poised. Could go either way. But I am going to go... Perhaps, if I had to bet on it, I would say any team that's defending in the second half
Up I go.
probably have better odds of winning at split. But we'll see how well TempesT readjust and adapt to that end. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. They were going in for a push. But I think it was Frank who just decided that they're not going to do that. He just put up the wall in mid, and now he positions towards this A side. Maybe he just gets a sense that it's going to be a push or a rotation coming in. Darkslayer and Kubrick. So as a result of losing the second round, folks, Team TempesT are coming in with an eco round somewhat. They got 4 frenzies and a sheriff. And on the side of Team Lethal eSports, they're actually going to be playing the bonus round that was supposed to be played by the TempesT. And now a couple of frags coming in. Chops gets a pick and he'll manage to pick up a Spectre as well. This could be big. Drixort still lurking in mid, searching for a kill here. Looking for that double dink with the frenzy. Can he get it? Blackburn seemingly unaware of his position. Gets the double dink that we spoke about. That was definitely a double
30
dink.
seconds left.
And that was a huge kill. And once again, the team with the lesser weapons are looking strongly positioned to take this round. TempesT this time around were on an eco. And now they do have the man advantage. They have a couple of Spectres as well. This could be big. Satworld gets the first pick and that's a big one. Drixort going down.
Get him. Satchel out.
Satworld, what a satchel boost that was.
One enemy remaining.
It is down to the last player.
Last player standing.
It is going to be a 1v1. Dudu is down to 10 HP. And Darkslayer is going to clutch it with that Sheriff. A ninth round on the board for Team TempesT. A round that you would have imagined would be going the way of Lethal eSports because they were on the bonus round. And an eco round coming in from Team TempesT. So this game has been super topsy-turvy so far, folks. 9-6 on the board. Lethal Esports will be perhaps just slightly worried that they haven't been able to capitalize on that round, especially on the defense. So full credit to Team TempesT. They've been doing really well. Made that round work for them. And now, full buys on both sides. Blackburn does have the operator, folks. He does have the operator. I think he's over on the A side. There you go. No presence here shown yet. Jobs just clearing out some of these angles on ramps, trying to get some control of the site and maybe wait for a lurk coming in. Meanwhile, a couple of his teammates are slowly moving in towards this midsection. Cubics is going to pull out some of his utility to get information, and now Darkslayer is going to wall off this vents region. Looks like the commitment is going to be made. And take a look at Chobs. He's still here. He doesn't have the spike though. The spike, meanwhile, folks, is on Drixot, and he's making his way back while Darkslayer continues this simulation, or perhaps is now going to convert into a sort of a lurk role and just wait for this player and catch them in that rotation. This operator is going to be big right now. Gets one. And Jobs will get a kill with a utility. Is it a second kill from Drixot? 2 util kills back to back from Team TempesT. Maybe a Reina heal wasn't the move. Dudu and Frank here pulling things back. However,
Player standing.
Frank here is looking lethal. It's Drixot on a 1v2 situation. He needs to worry about Dudu who's coming in from heaven. He knows where he is. And he will peek and get the kill. A 10th round on the board for Team TempesT. A little bit of disrespect here being shown by him. A 10th round on the board, folks, for Team TempesT. And we talked about the magic number, and we talked about how Lethal Esports would have been happy with 5 rounds on the side of attack. But surprisingly enough, we've played out about 4 rounds in the second half, and they've only won one of them. They've only won one of them, and that was a thrifty round. This has been a crazy game so far, guys. It's been difficult to call. Full buys more or less. In fact, 3 Spectres on the side of Team Lethal Esports. Satworld here, pushing out into B main. He does have the Showstopper as an option. Fishy Bubbly will get the first pick for Team Lethal Esports, and this heaven push
You will not kill my ally.
will be unaffected by it because Kubrick's will get the trade, and the revive is going to be coming in as well.
I've got your trail.
A lot of ultimates here are going to be available. The Sky ultimate coming out here is going to reveal Frank's position. Jobs will get a kill and get a follow-up kill as well onto Dudu, and Lethal Esports are down to just the last 2 players.
Player standing.
You can make that the last player. It is Blackburn. He's on the Empress, and he does have a Spectre. As the plant goes down in the A
Spike
side,
planted.
it's a tough situation for him of 1v5. I think at this point you're just thinking how much damage could you do to their utility. That helps you guys. And a flash. Kubrick's has been relentless, guys. He has been relentless. He's been annoying with those flashes. And Blackburn does get the pick onto AEZ, but couldn't dismiss out in time, and Kubrick's will be there to pick up the trade. And that is going to be round number 11. Round number 11. They're just 1 round away from match point, and there you go. Kubrick's repositioning, trying to bait himself out for his teammate. That was a good snappy headshot, but the trade was almost instant. And round number 11 in the bag for Team TempesT. I have been impressed by Team TempesT 100%. I mean, they started out on defense, pulled back 7 rounds, and then on the side of attack have pulled back 4 rounds already. And this lead is starting to look really formidable for Team TempesT. This round, they are starting out very heavily outside of A main, which is currently being guarded by 3 players from Lethal Esports, and this is going to be an eco round for Lethal Esports. Imagine having to eco when you're that close to match point. Fishy Bubbly is getting caught out in a tough corner. Drixaw will be there to pick up the trade from behind. As the first player from Lethal Esports will go down. And I think TempesT only now realizing that Team Lethal Esports are on somewhat of an eco purchase round. And interestingly, not committing to B side from B heaven, rotating towards A side. The showstopper will get pulled out, will get shot down actually by
Here.
Blackburn, who will get picked off. Kubrick's really starting to rack up his kill count here. And with 3 players still alive and kicking, the plant is going to go down.
Spike planted.
And Lethal Esports will now need to navigate a 2v3 retake with both their sentinels. Well, they do have the revive. Now, is that an option? Is the revive in play?
Your duty is
Yes, sir, it is. It is, and Satworld is a good player to revive. I'm not gonna lie. And Frank and Dudu will get a pick. Ooh, that showstopper. He was so convinced, so sure about that player being in that CT position, but Dark Slayer coming in, picking up those 2 rounds. The scoreline now moves to 12-6, and we are now on match point. And this match, how the momentum has shifted, folks. How the momentum is shifted. We talked about this. We talked about how Lethal Esports would be happy with 5 rounds. But I guess the momentum that Team TempesT brought into the second half from that first half, I think they won 3 rounds on the trot at the end of that first half. And that momentum just carrying forward, giving them such a boost. You can see it in the players, the confidence with which they're moving in. Everyone knows what they're supposed to do. They're all aware of their roles. And the first pick coming up again. It's going to be Blackburn gets taken down. He was so outnumbered. Satworld will do a whole bunch of damage before he gets taken down. And that will level the equation up to a 3-3. And now the Sky Ult is going to be useful to help them get some information on the whereabouts of their opponents. And in comes the first flash from Kubrick's. Jobs gets another pick here. Lethal Esports down to just 2 players. Dudu and Fishy Bubbly. Dudu seems to be unaware that the rotation has come in. He does have a tripwire, so if that tripwire is damaged, he will know that the push is being made in towards B side. I wonder if he's got something in B main. He does. But that tripwire on B main, I don't know if it could be somehow
30 seconds left.
Somehow countered, but for now looks like Team TempesT have gotten full control of A side. They got full control of A side, and the plant is going down. And Dudu and Fishy Bubbly, what are their options? They do have the neural theft for Cypher. Fishy Bubbly's 1 kill away from the Cosmic Divide.
Pulling them in.
Last player standing.
And Jobs is going to
Attackers
finish things
win.
up with an ace, folks. You know what this means. This means that Team TempesT have come out on top in the second map. We're going to take a look at the stats, but what a game that was. I actually did think that Lethal Esports was going to run away with it, but it wasn't to be, folks. Let's talk about this man Drixaw for a second. It was Satworld who dominated in the first match, but Drixaw 27 and 15, an average combat score of 428. That is super impressive. And Team TempesT leveling things up in our best of 3. The scoreline now moves to 1-1. And this does mean, folks, that we're headed over to our map number 3, which is going to be on Haven. And Team Lethal Esports, I thought they had enough rounds on the board after the first half, I'm not going to lie. But Team TempesT were just not allowing anything. The momentum, they just carried it forward and put the rounds away. And they have come out on top with map number 2. 13-6 is the scoreline. And the match score is now 1-1. We're going to head over to split to Haven in just a bit, guys. But before doing that, I want to quickly talk about our Battle Pass giveaway. If you guys haven't yet registered, then please do so now. We're giving away 8 Battle Passes. And the winners are going to be announced on Friday and Saturday. And how do you enroll? It's very simple. You need to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube, join us on Discord, And make sure you tag 5 of your friends in a comment on our Battle Pass post on Instagram. And boom, just like that, you are eligible to win the Battle Pass. So make sure you guys do that. Complete the registration. The winners will be announced on Friday and Saturday. And make sure you guys are there on the stream as well. We're going to go in for a quick break, guys. And we'll be back with map number 3. So don't go anywhere. And in the break, we're going to cue in a nice music video for you guys from Adil and Paloma, who are our music partners. These guys make experimental electronic mood music with live guitars and pop jazz vocal melodies. Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. So make sure that you guys head over to the description and find their links. Their Spotify links are available. Show them your love and support, guys. It would mean a lot. But for now, we're going to go in for a quick break. We'll be back. I'll see you guys on the other side with map number 3.
Turn the lights up, I'm feeling it. Not too serious, I'm killing this vibe. Need a boogie bed by my side. Existential, every other day. Can't stop the mind from running to the grave, but I'ma try. I need my black and white delight. Not just my eyes, stranger. I'm not. Turn the lights up, I'm feeling it. Not too serious, I'm killing this vibe. Need a boogie bed by my side. Existential, every other day. Can't stop the mind from running to the grave, but I'ma try. I need my black and white delight. Not just smile at a stranger. I'm not looking for danger. They gon' call me deranged, but I don't really care. Don't you step on my sunshine. I'm not looking to waste time. Just wanna let it all go and dance the night away. Go on disco and let's dance. The night's the night, let's take a chance. I'm a sucker for romance, so come on disco and let's dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. The night is young, but my thoughts are getting old. Step a little bit closer, make me swallow my pride. Drive me crazy tonight. Melancholic words on a sick beat. Look at this groove like a bolt from my blues. I rise. My boogie bear is not too shy. Might just smile at a stranger. I'm not looking for danger. They gon' call me deranged, but I don't really care. Don't you step on my sunshine. I'm not looking to waste time. Just wanna let it all go and dance the night away. Go on disco and let's dance. The night's the night, let's take a chance. I'm a sucker for romance, so come on disco and let's dance with me. Dance with me. wanna let it all go and dance the night away. Go on disco and let's dance. Tonight's the night, let's take a chance. I play soccer for romance, so come on disco and let's dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. The night is young, but my thoughts are getting old. Step a little bit closer, make me swallow my pride. Drive me crazy tonight. Melancholic words on a sick beat. Look at this groove like a bolt from my blues. I rise. My boogie bear is not too shy. Might just smile at a stranger. I'm not looking for danger. They gon' call me deranged, but I don't really care. Don't you step on my sunshine. I'm not looking to waste time. Just wanna let it all go and dance the night away. Go on disco and let's dance. Tonight's the night, let's take a chance. I know soccer for romance, so come on disco and let's dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. On disco and let's dance. Tonight's the night, let's take a chance. I know soccer for romance, so come on disco and let's dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Dance all night, we gonna dance all night. Dance with me. Turn the lights up, I'm feeling it. Not too serious, I'm killing this vibe. Need a boogie bear by my side. Existential every other day. Can't stop the mind from running to the grave, but I'ma try. I need my black and white delight. Might just smile at a stranger. I'm not looking for danger. They gon' call me deranged, but I don't really care. Don't you step on my sunshine. I'm not looking to waste time. Just wanna let it all go and dance the night away. Go on disco and let's dance. Tonight's the night, let's take a chance. I play soccer for romance, so come on disco and let's dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me.
Alright folks, welcome back. It is time for map number 3 and I'm excited about this one. It's going to be on Haven and I believe it's going to be Team Dev. I think they're not going to be doing the dual controller meta this time around. And interestingly, they're going to go in for an extra duelist, it looks like. And also bringing in a Sentinel. My apologies. That's where the last agent is gone. Darkslayer is going to be moving on to the Cypher. Kubrix is going to be on the Sova. AEZ continues on the Astra and Chops.
Select your agent.
Perhaps just contemplating between Raze and Reyna, but eventually will make up his mind and it's going to be Reyna. And these are the agents for you guys. We're about to get going, guys, on Haven. Map number 3, the tiebreaker. This is where it all comes down to which team is going to be coming out on top. Will be moving in to our semi-finals. All right, let's take a look at how the teams are setting up and a quick call out here. It's going to be Lethal Esports who's going to be defending first this time around. And on Haven, we know that can be a bit tricky. Let's see how they're set up. So I can see a couple of players on C side. It's going to be, I think, Dudu. Yeah, Dudu and Fishy Bubbly holding on to C side, and that's where the TempesT nearly taking down Fishy Bubbly, who got spotted out, I think, in a Sova recon, was it? And after showing a lot of presence, are now falling back, it looks like. Take a look at this. Kubrix is going to stick around and check those angles in Garage. Darkslayer has already reached A side, but they have a couple of problems here to deal with. First up, it's going to be Blackburn, but he gets taken down. I thought he was in a really good position to get that kill here. Frank does get a trade, but the onslaught continues as Drixot gets a pick onto Dudu. That was a big pick. That was a big pick for Satworld. Gets another, gets a third. All right, Satworld on the sky. Things are now looking at 1v1. Both the Sovas facing off against each other. A fake plant coming in from Kubrix. That's an annoying recon dart that Frank needs to deal with here.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, and Kubrix perhaps just contemplating maybe rotating through that CT towards B, but Frank was there and he wasn't going to allow it. And with that, Lethal Esports will pick up the first round. I thought at that point when they were moving in that Lethal Esports did have the edge because I saw Blackburn in a very, very good spot. But somehow I think it was a takedown. I believe it was from Darkslayer. A good reflex skill here outside of A main, really allowing them more control of this A side. But eventually, it was Drixot who really came out on top. Sorry, my apology. It was Satworld on the sky with that classic coming out on top there. And it looks like there is a tactical timeout that has been called by the defenders. And it's going to be interesting to see what the issue here is. I'm not quite sure what they need to discuss so early in the round, so surely we will see some changes in their approach in this next round. Perhaps 20 seconds more to go. This gives us a second to just take a look at the scoreboard perhaps, and Satworld, as you guys can see, what a round that was from him, getting those 3 crucial kills with that classic. Blackburn is going to be coming in with a Marshall this time around. That's going to be interesting to watch. On the side of Team TempesT, they do look like they're going to come in with a full eco. I can see a Frenzy in their hands.
Yes, this should do.
Alright, the round has begun, and take a look at the positions here. Very much see garage side concentration from the TempesT. Jobs and Drixort here, taking their time with this push into garage, perhaps waiting for Dudu to take in a more defensive position. The tripwire is going to be here, and that will give them a lot of information. They did not spot out Dudu from that garage window. He's doing a lot of damage before finally getting killed by Kubrick's shock dart. But I think he's done enough damage here. They're down to just the last player.
Spike
It's
down
AEC
mid.
and both players going in for the reload at the same time. But Ellie Frank was there to pick up that trade and a second round of the bag for Team Lethal Esports. Took a while really to jump into this garage position, but in the end AEC and
Here.
the Jet here both running into the reload at the exact same time. 2-0 folks on the scoreboard. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Who is going to edge out the opponent here in this match and take that first semi-final spot that's going to be played out tomorrow. And we'll see how close you guys get. For now, Team TempesT looking like they want to make them move in towards this A side. A lot of presence. Kubrick is going to pull out the Owl drone to get some information in the sewer section. Cypher is still going to stick around here. Oops, he's going to come face to face very soon with Satwell. He wasn't prepared for it. Satwell will get the pick. It's got a Spectre. I think he swapped out for a Vandal. He has. And Chobs here gets the first pick on the Reyna. He gets the first pick on A side. And the spike is going to go down.
Planted.
Ooh, that shock dart doing some damage to AEZ. We're looking at a 4v4 retake right now, folks. Satwell here doing a lot of damage. Dudu comes in with a follow-up kill as well. 2 players still alive for Team TempesT. AEZ is at short. Kubrick is in long. Did not check that corner as Dudu gets taken down. A couple of good picks here. And TempesT with a man disadvantage will hold down that post plant and will register their first round of the match. 2-1 on the board, folks. The first gun round going the way of TempesT. Team Lethal Esports thought they got off to a really good start. Satwell getting a lot of picks and even upgrading up to a Vandal. But somehow Team TempesT were able to hold them off in that retake. Scoreline now at 2-1, folks. Let's take a look at the economies. A bit of a force buy coming in from both teams. A couple of Spectres on the side of Team TempesT. I can see a Sheriff on the side of Team Lethal Esports. Ooh, Dudu there. Dudu just trying to peek out of his position. A lot of presence here being shown outside of mid and towards B. In comes the Sky Ultimate being pulled out, giving them a lot of information about the players. A follow-up flash as well. AEZ will take down Fishy Bubbly, who perhaps a little prematurely peeking out of garage, and Satwell here has a good position. Can he do the damage? Blackburn gets taken down by AEZ, and Satwell was still alive but finally gets taken down, and Lethal Esports now reduced to just their last player. It is Frank who finally comes out of this B position. He's looking at a 1v4, and I wonder if the move here is to just going for a save. Perhaps it was. Drixort here coming out on top with that kill. And Team TempesT are going to register a second round in this map. The scoreline, folks, now moves to 2-2.
Right here.
So Lethal Esports is going to be on a full save this time around, and an early pick here for Satwell. Where was he going? I think it was in B, and that does mean that the B side is fairly open. He had a Sheriff in his hands. A very early plant going in from Drixort, dashing out almost immediately. The spike has gone down, folks, and not a single player on site as Team TempesT prepare for this post plant.
Right here.
He gets one pick. Chops gets a second. Frank goes down as well. This is not going to end well for Lethal Little eSports as Team TempesT will pick up another round. This time around, it is a flawless with an eco round coming in from Lethal eSports. It is not coming as a surprise, and Team TempesT will register a third round on the board. And after the initial 2 rounds going the way of Team Lethal eSports, Team TempesT here making a statement that they're not gonna be an easy pushover. And this game, I had a feeling, guys, that this game is gonna go to the wire. We talked about it earlier as well. A third match was always on the cards.
That goes there.
And who knows, maybe this is the first map that we're gonna see going to overtime as well. This game just it has all the vibes of an extremely close game. Cubics here will get a tag onto one of the players who was holding that B side. Quite happy to take things slowly, but Blackburn here with the operator is gonna take down Drigsword, and that's a big pick here. Not getting too much information. Darkslayer has continued on holding these 2 angles on a side while his team actually make progress towards garage and mid, and maybe just hoping to catch some of the players off guard. His position has been revealed.
30 seconds left.
And now there still hasn't been a commitment towards any side.
You are divided!
And finally the Cosmic Divide is going to be coming through, and it looks like it is going to be another B-side push with 14 seconds on the clock. They're going to go for the plant here.
10 seconds left.
And Lethal eSports are quite okay here. Dudu tries to stop the plant. He does stop the plant. And Lethal eSports have played this round to perfection. All they had to do was stop the plant. And they did just that. They did just that. The clock was ticking down and the planter had to be supported there. And Team Lethal eSports doing brilliantly. I think it was Frank first and then Dudu to follow up. Getting both the planters on both occasions. And with that, Team Lethal eSports will register a third round on the board for themselves. The scoreline, folks, now moving to 3-3. Shot here with the opening kill. The operator has been put to good use in his hands. Jobs wants to take this gunfight on. Jobs and Dudu deciding to fall back now. Just focusing his attention towards this B side. And still no commitments made from Team TempesT here. And just as I say that, it looks like at least 3 players with the spike are now headed towards this C site.
Revealing area.
It's an interesting Sova Recon here does get a spot out, but it also lets them know that the rotation has come in. 3 players already on C side, and take a look, folks, for a second on that A side, if you will, on your mini maps. It is completely empty, and a key position here is Blackburn. He had a lot of work to do there. He needed to get those picks, and what this means is that Team TempesT are going to go in for the plant on B side with all 5 players still intact. Satworld does have that Odin in his hands. Gets taken down. Cubics will go down. It's down to just the last player for this retake. It's going to be Satworld. Switches out to a Vandal. Did he just do something with a Vandal? Ooh. He had both those players flashed, but just couldn't get those shots in, unfortunately. And it's going to be another round for Team TempesT, who have been playing so well here. That was hard to watch. That was unfortunate. And Team TempesT doing so well here, okay? They're showing the presence today. They show presence and rotate. Show presence and rotate every single time. and eventually settling on B side to make the push. And looking back, it was obviously a great choice because they won the round for themselves. But you have to admire the patience and the perseverance coming from them. This time around, however, only one player holding this A side. It is an eco round for Team Lethal Esports. Frank had to connect that headshot. Chops will be faster there. Gets the pick. And Lethal Esports choosing to give the site to Team TempesT, and they're going to bring for a retake now.
Spike planted.
Ooh, Dudu there. Picks up an easy kill. Kubrick gets another pick here as Satworld goes down.
One enemy remaining.
It's down to just the last player, and I think he's Fishy Bubbly. He's stuck in a very unfortunate corner here. Gets spotted out as well, and there is no escaping Brickshot's operator. It is going to be another round of the board for Team TempesT. The scoreline, folks, now moving to 3-5.
That goes there. Cage triggered. Cage triggered.
Right there.
AZ from TempesT just indicating that perhaps Frank is again holding that position, and Chops just making sure that he's not going to get caught out. Dudu is going to be anchoring down A site, and
Concealment.
he's alone for now, and that's okay because he does have a lot of utility to help him out. It's not going to be relevant anyway because they're not going to be making the push in towards A. They are rotating just as we speak. You guys can see AEZ is on the spike. Darkslayer elsewhere will get a pick onto Blackburn. And in fact, Darkslayer has managed to pick up full control of C side. Goes ahead and picks up a kill on Frank. Ooh, is trying to go for another kill onto
Spike
Fishy Bubbly,
planted.
but will get traded. Jigsaws operator. Once again, he's looking so strong on the operator here. A 2v4 retake on the cards. Fishy Bubbly. Do not beat the operator. He does!
Last
He
player
beats
standing.
him. He gets the kill, but Chops elsewhere will take Dudu down, and now it's just down to Fishy Bubbly. He's got to get double peeked in just a second.
Out of charges.
They had his number there. They had his number. Team TempesT will pick up another round. The scoreline, folks, now moving to 6-3. And Team SL Esports, possibly a few nervous jitters in the Lethal Esports camp. My apologies. Lethal Esports. 3 rounds. What's the magic number, guys? What is the magic number on Haven? How many rounds do you
not let
need
yourselves fall.
to take into that second half? Another save round coming in for Lethal Esports. Blackburn with that sheriff. Ooh, Kubrick has moved into a very advanced position, and this could be huge. My apologies, it was Satworld, but couldn't make it count. Brickshot here, pushing in with this operator could be an expensive investment. And Blackburn here will get that kill if Lethal Esports can get their hands on this operator. Things could have been a different story altogether, but they cannot. And TempesT will take firm control of C side. And the plant is going to go down as well. Frank and Dudu need to figure this one out, guys.
Last player standing.
Was able to get a dink, but without the weapons, without the firepower, they just don't have it in them right now. 7-3, folks. Team TempesT are piling on the pressure. Scoreline, folks, moving to 7-3. 7 rounds. I think they won 4 rounds back to back as well.
I should probably place some stars in the astral plane. Should do.
It's got to put a lot of pressure on you when you lose rounds back to back. We saw this yesterday as well, where Reckoning Esports put on an absolute display of domination. What a performance it was. winning both the maps 13-1 against Pistol Esports. And we talked about what it takes to be an esports athlete these days, with the margin for error and the level of competitiveness so high, especially when there's a big prize to be won.
Nowhere to run!
Alright, so the Hunter's Fury is going to come out here. I think Fishy Bubbly is going to get spotted out. In fact, he'll get taken down and he'll get a tag onto Satboy as well. A nice flash coming in from him. He does not have another flash.
Got him. Finish.
Satworld with a sneaky pick onto
Spike
Kubrick.
planted.
Blinded.
Gets a couple of kills here. Satworld doing brilliantly. It is down to just the last player, Darkslayer. What's he doing here? He seems to have made the full rotate. The spike diffuse is going down. I think Frank has spotted him.
Enemy
He
remaining.
needed to somehow land both those headshots, but it is going to be Frank who's going to take the trade. Will pick up that diffuse, and Lethal Esports will breathe a sigh of relief as they register round number 4 for themselves. The scoreline moving
Last
to
round
7-4.
before the switch.
And we are now into the last round of this first half of map number 3. Guys, I mean, both these teams deserve to win. They've played so well. It's been such a topsy-turvy game. We saw Lethal Esports pull it off in the first map. We saw TempesT really showing us an awesome display in Split. And this time around, TempesT once again bringing that momentum really from map 2 into this match as well. 7-4. Can they go 8-4? Or is it going to be Lethal Esports who will have the final say? They do go into the full buy this time around. Thank God for them.
Cage
Right there.
AEZ seems to be aware of Fishy Bubbly's position. Chobs once again just making sure that Frank wasn't in that position. In fact, Frank is going to be playing close to default.
there.
Blackburn is on the operator. Ooh, this drone has spotted him out. He needs to get out of there. Blackburn immediately changing focus towards A-Long. Doesn't really matter because it's just a distraction. The spike is now moving towards the seaside. Searching for that pick onto Fishy Bubbly. I get the feeling Satworld has a big role to play here. He needs to pull out his ultimate. Gets taken down from C-Long. Nobody was watching that angle as AEC is going to go in for the plant. And the Hunter's Fury is going to be pulled out to try and deny it. This could be big. This could be big
30
here.
seconds left. Spike planted.
Job somehow escaping the second tag from the Hunter's Fury. Pulls out his Empress as well. It's a 4v3 retake, folks. It's anyone's round. In comes the Cosmic Divide. Ooh, those shots somehow not landing. A lot of picks coming in.
One
And now
enemy
we're looking at a 1v1. Dricksaw versus Fishy Bubbly. Ooh, that was an unfortunate dash. And Dricksaw getting stuck at the green box. Fishy Bubbly will come out on top of that gunfight. Will pick up round number 5. And Lethal Esports will be very relieved to see this. A halftime scoreline of 7-5 as we head in to the second half
Switching
of this
sides.
tiebreaker, folks. This match had all the signs of going down to the wire, and that is exactly what we are seeing. A scoreline of 7-5.
Going to Astral to do them Astral Guardian things I do.
On the board here. So we talked about that magic number, and I think the question really now at this point for Team SL Esports is, does 5 do the trick? Do 5 rounds do the trick for you on Haven as you now prepare to attack? You get the sense that you can, because with 3 bomb sites, the opportunities, the options to rotate and make those plays are just compounded, and as a result of that, you may just favor the attacking team really on Haven. I mean, I know people might have different opinions on this, but for the most part, I feel like Haven has proved to be more attacker friendly, if that's a phrase I can throw out. Darkslayer here is still on heaven. Might consider making the drop down, but that would be a mistake. Dudu's holding off the angles from A main.
Pulling them in.
Take a look at TempesT AEZ. He's holding B. Waiting for that push coming in. The spike is ticking, folks. A lot of picks coming in. Fishy, Bubbly and Frank. Blackburn gets a pick as well. Chops will get one fade. Runs out of bullets. It's down to just AEZ. He'll get taken down as well. And Fishy Bubbly will get the last pick as Lethal Esports will post round number 6 for themselves on the board. A good way to start the second half. Scoreline now at 6-7.
I got enough time to go into the astral form. Right there. Right there.
All right. Lethal Esports this time around are showing some aggression, and in fact TempesT as well. They were halfway down the C-long. AZ unfortunately here getting spotted out, and this round is going to finish really, really fast. Cubics is the last player alive. Dudu will take him down. A flawless round on the board. Even Stevens at 7-7, folks. I think it was the fastest round in this match so far. I'm not gonna lie. And it looks like there is going to be a technical timeout this time around from Team Lethal Esports. This gives us a chance, folks, to check out this scoreboard. And I'm very interested to see Chobs here on the arena. We saw him consistently pick Viper as Team TempesT went in for that dual controller agent composition. And I mean, I have to say, with him on the arena, I do feel that TempesT has a lot more firepower in them. And I think that's evident by just looking at his numbers. He's on 15-9 right now. Maybe he's arena main and was forced to go on the Viper just to accommodate a certain playstyle for the team, and that's something that esport athletes do quite frequently. But I wonder if that's the change that they needed to make. On the side of Team Lethal Esports, Satworld once again. He was dangerous on the Raze in Split. He was dangerous in the first map, and he's looking dangerous on the Sky as well this time around with 12 and 11. I think the teams are very, very well balanced at this point of time, and this next round is going to be key because Team Lethal Esports are coming in with a bonus round. I can see 4 Spectres on them, and Satworld hasn't even bothered to pick up a Spectre, so maybe he's saving up for an Operator. I'm not quite sure what the play there is, or maybe they just want to keep their economies as boosted as possible for the next gun rounds. And on the side of Team TempesT, thanks to that save in that last round, they're going to be coming in with full buys. I can see that Astra does have half shields, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. The Phantom in her hands should make up for it. Team Lethal Esports right now. Couple of players outside of A main. 3 players looking to peek into B window, and maybe we'll see some early action on this B side. And you got 4 players with Spectres, and it's going to be Satworld is going to be the one who's going to peek first with a Ghost. That tells you about the confidence in this man. He has had a great match today. Trying to spot out where the shots are coming from. He's going to blind Darkslayer, and Q-Breaks is going to deny the plant from Blackburn. That is used. The spike has gone down, and this is the problem with this kind of an approach, folks. That is a great blind. He needed to turn around and quickly at that, because Grixot was there to take the trade. Fishy Bubbly elsewhere will pick off AEZ. Frank is in a difficult position, and I think he's like 5 HP. And Team TempesT here definitely looking to be in control of this round as another kill comes in. Frank going down. It is down to just Dudu and Fishy Bubbly, who's actually on 11 HP, so his contributions will be limited to a large extent. I think he spotted out Chobs.
Last player
That's a
standing.
dink on him as well.
30 seconds left.
And they go for the trade. 46 HP. He will eventually get picked off as Team TempesT will pick up round number 8 for themselves. And we have to talk about how Kubrick's denied the plant, and I think that's what changed the round in the end. But in the end, there was all too much to do for Dudu himself. Getting spotted out as well, and Kubrick's recon will eventually get picked off. The scoreline, folks, now has moved to 7-8. This has been one of the longest games of this tournament so far. We started about 7 p.m. folks, we're at 9:45. And this is a best of 3 that's really being played out. And as predicted, it is going down to the wire. With 7-8, it's anyone's game still at this point. Team TempesT surely do have the momentum on their side.
Blinded.
I do feel the confidence with which they are making these pushes, or rather are holding down these sites, and the decisions that are being made on the fight. Satworld here will get a good pick onto AEZ. It's going to force a player out, but
Spike
Kubrick's
C.
a shock that kill from CT. As Chobs gets another pick, this time on Frank.
Enemy down.
Dudu here catches the lurker back from the back of the side as Dark Slayer goes down, and now we're looking at an even 3v3 retake on the cards as a spike goes down, and Team TempesT seem to be aware of Dudu's position, and they were just waiting to get that pick off, and now they need to figure out the last 2 players. Both are playing C-long.
One enemy remaining.
Kubrick will get the pick on Blackburn as Fishy Bubbly takes down Chobs.
Player
Fishy
standing.
Bubbly takes down Kubrick as well. Drixor here needs to land the headshot, but he will not, and Fishy Bubbly will pull back that round. And we were just talking about how the momentum was shifting towards Team TempesT, but Lethal Esports were there and have picked up these rounds, and they've been consistently doing that, not allowing the momentum to shift, picking up those crucial rounds, those impact kills
1
coming in
second, peeps.
from
I
their
gotta
key players.
visit the Astro to play some stars.
And with that, the scoreline, folks, now is at 8-8. Lethal Esports posting an 8th round on the board. And this does mean that they are going to be forced into an eco round as well. So, 3 Sheriff buys. I can see a Frenzy as well. And on the side of Team Lethal Esports coming in with full buys. So I think they're aware. And take a look at this. Team TempesT has pushed out of mid. I did not catch this. Jobs will actually even get the first pick, as Team Lethal Esports have just realized what has happened. And I think this also gives them the information that A site is pretty much empty. The plant is going to go down, and they're going to play a full post plant. All 4 players playing post plant from the side of CT. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. And in comes the push from TempesT. I think they quickly realized that the site is empty. Astra's going to set up with the orbs. Drixor here
Last player
nearly
standing.
securing that half defuse as AEZ takes down a couple of players. Fishy Bubbly here being a nuisance. Darkslayer gets a pick as well. And in the end, it was Team TempesT who came out on top of that round, pulling off a thrifty round. It was an eco, if I'm not mistaken. And Team TempesT have played that round really well, it has to be said. And it does look like we are going to be going into another technical timeout. This gives us a chance to go back and jump back into that scoreboard. So interesting here, and Lethal Esports now are the team that need to go in with an eco round. They've got a couple of sheriffs. I can see maybe they'll go in for a full Alright folks, I'm being told that this is a technical timeout because Satworld seems to have disconnected, so we should be back up very soon. Meanwhile, Take a look at the gun that Drixor has picked up. He's picked up the operator. We know how dangerous he can be. We're going to take this moment, folks, to talk about our US tournament that's lined up for next week. If you guys haven't checked out our last tournament that we conducted in the US, then please make sure that you do tune in for this one. The prize pool for it is going to be $500, a winner take all. We have some fresh teams raring to go, so be sure to check out that event. It's going to be hosted by my man Just Alex, so I'm super excited for that as well. I also want to take this opportunity to thank our music partners Adil and Paloma, who are two brilliant musicians that are on the rise in the indie music scene in India. They make experimental electronic mood music with pop jazz vocal melodies. And if you guys are enjoying this music on the stream so far, please make sure to head over to the description and show them your love and support. You can find the Spotify links. And just as I say that, the next round has begun. 8-9. Blackburn pulls out the Blade Storm. It's looking menacingly at entering this garage. Frank's owl drone will give him all the information he needs. KG approach here from both teams. We are going into what some can call the business end of this map.
Camera taken out.
No one wants to put a foot wrong, guys. Not a single player wants to be the player to make the mistake. Darkslayer with 3 players around him. He will spot out Blackburn, who gets taken down. So the Blade Storm will go down. A second pick as well as Satwell, and that's a big pick. Darkslayer doing his job here. Can he put out the new attack? A third one as well as Fishy Bubbly goes down. It is down to just the last player. It is Frank and Garage who finally gets the trade on Darkslayer. But to no avail, as AEZ will pick up that kill on him. And a round number 10 on the board, folks. Team Tempest are really starting to turn up the heat here. The momentum is really building towards them, and I think Team Lethal Esports may struggle a little bit with their economy if they go down one more round. And Team Tempest can just carry that momentum in and maybe just go past that finish line and secure their spot in the semi-finals of this tournament. Folks, this is an 8-team knockout. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure to like and subscribe first of all, guys. It really helps. We're trying to help build the Indian esports ecosystem and do whatever we can, and so all your support really helps for that. Shot here on the operator. Why was Dudu looking in the wrong direction? Gets the pick onto Blackburn as well. Jigsaw here looking to be a bit of a nuisance, and I think it's one of the reasons why Team Lethal Esports are considering making this rotate. Satwell has stayed behind for this lurk, and I wonder if he can make it count. He has a couple of players to deal with. Kubrick's is on his right. And Jigsaw will get another kill, a third kill, this time around Fishy Bubbly going down. Frank here, he wants to contest this operator, it does look like. Maybe we'll pull out his owl drone. That might give him some information, and perhaps even the hunter's
Last
fury.
player standing.
As Kubrick will take
Spike
down
down
Satwell,
A.
and that is the spike going down. Frank is last player alive, and Jigsaw had his number. He knew exactly where he was. A 4K from him, a flawless round for Team Tempest, and an 11th round on the board. The scoreline now looking more and more in favor for Team Tempest to secure that semi-final berth in tomorrow's game, folks. What this means for Team Lethal Esports is that they are short on money, so they are going to be forcing the issue, it looks like. Or maybe not. I think they're still in discussion. I can see that the guns are changing out. They can afford 3 rifles, and I think that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to come in with 3 rifles, a Spectre and a Sheriff finally. And Jigsaw once again starting things off nicely. I think he peeked out of garage, gets the first pick, and it's a big one. It is Satwell who's gone down. These teams so disciplined in their approach, so disciplined in the way they approach each round. The Hunter's Fury eventually does get pulled out.
Plant the spike.
But the astral divide should allow for an easy spike plant, you would imagine. Blackburn is already very committed onto C-side.
Here.
And the plant eventually is going to be going down.
I know exactly where.
That's a useful neural theft coming in for the side of Team TempesT here. And in this retake, another cosmic divide coming into the play. Ooh, that shut down from TempesT. 2 kills back to back. Dudu will get a trade onto AEC. But Team TempesT are showing up here, folks. They've got the goods and they're going to clock a 12th round on the board. This does mean it is a match point for Team TempesT. And the scoreline, folks, is 8-12. Team Lethal Esports, what do you do now? How do you pull yourself out of this situation? You're 4 rounds behind, even attempting to force an overtime. But I don't know if they have it in them, if I'm being 100% honest.
Heading to the above.
Team TempesT has been really, really good. They've been clinical. I think that's the word that I want to use to describe them. They've been clinical in situations where they needed the impact kills. They were the ones who were landing them every single time. And take a look at Dark Slayer. What is he up to? Ooh, a very aggressive push from him, and Dudu will punish him for that. So the first pick going in the favor of Team Lethal Esports. And Ricksort here somehow saves his dash. Sees Dudu, will get that pick. It's going to deny Satworld any information onto A side as more picks coming in here from Kubrick's, my apologies, onto Fishy Bubbly. He's going to retract back in towards his A side. And Team TempesT now left with the last 2 players. Ooh, that will help. That will help. Ricksort picks off Frank. I'm not sure what Frank was hoping for. But Team Lethal Esports will get an easy plant onto C side.
Spike planted.
I wonder if Team TempesT is going to go in for this. As Satworld is going to pull out his ultimate and take a look at that. Take a look at that. There's nobody coming C long, and Team Lethal Esports is now aware of that. Both players now in CT. Blackburn is aware, knows this.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Satworld here is going
One
to be
enemy remaining.
and knowing Blackburn will get a pick onto TempesT's Ricksort, and that's the operator that's going down. That could have been very useful for the C-long plant.
One enemy remaining.
And Blackburn trying to dash in and deny the save. The save is still not confirmed. It will not be confirmed as Satworld will take him down. And a 9th round here, Team Lethal Esports is not going to go quietly. They are not going quietly. They're going to fight. And that's that ult from Sky coming in, really giving them so much information, helping that retake. And in the end, he was insistent on not allowing that save. I don't think it really damages Team TempesT's economy, if I'm being honest, because they're really good right now. Their economies are so bloated. But on the side of Team Lethal, maybe it's a confidence thing, guys. Maybe it's something you want to do to demoralize and sort of get into your opponent's heads, get under their skin just a little bit and force those mistakes. But for now, Team TempesT so far have been pretty good. The Hunter's Fury coming out from Kubrick's here. He tags a couple of players. Can he get a kill though? He will not be able to.
Cage triggered.
These are a lot of abilities now being used. And Darkslayer did not spot Blackburn, who has casually walked onto side and picked up 2 kills. And he says, no, this side belongs to me. And the spike is going to go down. That Sky Heal is going to help a lot. A 3v5 retake. Dricksop makes it a 3v4 with that operator shot from heaven. Gets taken down eventually by Blackburn. That's a tough position to drop down from, especially when you're on the operator. A 2v4 retake here for Team TempesT to navigate. Not a single round they've tried to save, guys, this match. Not a single round. As I say that, I think the decision is going to be made.
Blackest girl goes bye-bye.
to go in for the save. Astra's voice lines are the best, guys. Jobs here might come face to face with Frank. And Team Tempest quite content with just saving that operator. I think that was their priority. The scoreline, folks, now moving to 10-12. Ooh, this is getting close. Too close for comfort, one might say, for Team Tempest. I think we're going to see every effort from them to lock this down in the next 2 rounds because they don't want to be going into an overtime. This has been a long match, guys, and it's been exhausting, I'm sure, for the players.
Stay safe.
And going into an overtime would mean just another 4 or 5 rounds, perhaps. Team Lethal Esports, a lot of presence outside of A main. Jobs coming very close to making contact in sewers. Frank is going to pull up his owl drone. That's going to help. Gets no information whatsoever. And 3 players from Team Tempest still on side.
Silence.
That dash did not work out well for Blackburn as Kubrix was there to take the trade. Dudu will get a reverse pick and that's helpful, but Kubrix is down to 10 HP. AEZ will get another pick here. They continue to hold down the side. AEZ gets a 3rd pick, a 2nd pick, my apologies. Dudu will get the trade. The neural theft will come out. We're looking at a 2v2 here. And Fishy Bubbly will get the pick onto AEZ. That was a good combo move from both those players, Cypher and the Astra. And now it is a 2v2 retake. Drixot does have the Blade Storm. Can he pull off? Tries to get some information over.
Last player standing.
And Fishy Bubbly knew exactly where he was. Will take him down. It is down to just Dark Slayer. And he was in such a tough position. And Team Lethal Esports will pull back that round as well. Ooh. Team Tempest losing the plot here.
Thanks.
I mean, I have to say this. If Team Lethal Esports complete a comeback from 12-8 and force this match into overtime, game on, folks. Game on, because they're going to bring in that momentum with them. They're going to bring in that confidence. It's a huge morale boost for a team to complete a comeback and force a team into overtime. And Team Tempest will be very aware of that. They'll be very aware, and they will be keen to shut this down without going to overtime. But it's now or never, folks. It is now or never for Team Lethal Esports.
Hawk out! Blinded.
The first flash coming in from Sky.
Hawk out! Blinded.
A lot of utilities exchanged over there. And Blackburn will get a pick onto Chops in a shot. Game on. They are rushing in towards this A side. And Kubrix and Slayer have been so quick to come back and deny this. Blackburn gets 1 pick. Oh no, you don't want to see that. He does get picked off, but Frank will get the trade. The neural theft has given them a lot of information, and now
30
Tempest
seconds left.
are down to a 2v4 retake situation. Things are not looking great for them. Look at his awareness. He knows exactly where Sackworld is.
Last player
And
standing.
Dudu will take down Drixot as well, and I think that could be the round for Team Lethal Esports. Easy gets 1 pick. 1v3. He is on 150 HP. Gets 1 pick as well, but it's going to be Team Lethal Esports who have forced the issue. And folks, we are going
Switching
into
sides.
overtime. This is the
Overtime.
first overtime in this match, in this tournament, in fact. And how fitting is it that it's a tiebreaker and we go into overtime? And one has to imagine that Team Tempest has dominated most of this game. I mean, they were the ones on the aggressive. They had the better peaks. They picked up more rounds. But in the last 4 rounds, Team Lethal Esports have just completed a comeback of 4 rounds, and they're going to carry that momentum with them into this overtime. Surely you have to think that. And
Right here.
what? I think the plan is to rush B, guys. I think the plan is to rush B. Is to rush mid. 3 players pushing out of mid, contesting that B window position, but it's going to be Jobs from the side who gets that first kill. TempesT will get a second kill as well. So this has not worked out the way Team Lethal Esports would have wanted. Surely Frank has survived from that push. He will continue on this lurk. Maybe even sneak in behind the team that is pushing in now. Team TempesT looking like they want to commit to this A side. Lethal Esports down to just 3 players here. Cubrix will get another pick as Frank goes down.
Enemy remaining.
In fact, he gets another. It's down to just the last player as Dudu. And they know where he is. They know where he is. The Hunter's Dudu coming in. He gets one pick, but AEZ is there to get the trade. And Team TempesT will pick up that first round. Team Lethal Esports, I like the intent. I like the aggression, but it did not work out for them. And it was going to be Team TempesT who picks up that first round on attack.
Yes, this should do. Here. Where are you? That goes there.
It's now or never, folks. It is now or never for Team Lethal Esports. Satworld will get a pick onto Drixor. That is big. They will pick up the second pick as well. And now, Lethal Esports
Taking that back. Blocking sight.
taking control of A side. But are not going to commit here. Are not going to commit here. This is going to be a distraction. Shops is the last player alive, but he is in the wrong side. The spike is going to go down at C. He needs to give this a go, guys. He's got to be aware. Okay, he's got to be aware that Dudu's going to be somewhere here. He's actually outside of B, and Dudu knows his position, so this should be an easy pickup for him. The flash is going to help as well. Momentarily, Team Lethal Esports should have this round in the bag, and there you go, 13-13. We're going to go into another round of overtime. This game is getting cagey, folks. This is too close to call. Too close to call. I mean, I talked about momentum, but I mean, in overtime, you need to win both rounds, and that's it. And both these teams giving it their all. They want to take home that big prize, folks. 50,000 rupees is the prize pool of this tournament. First place winners get 30,000 rupees. I mean,
Here.
it's a lot to play for. Alright, Drixor. It's Blackburn. Ooh, that was an instant flick to the head of Dark Slayer. That'll help. That will help for Team Lethal Esports. TempesT losing a player early on here, and a lot of presence in mid. Satworld very aggressive. Perhaps a too aggressive, one might even say. Pushing out of garage and giving up that man advantage. Jobs will pick up Blackburn here. The rotation seems to be being made towards this A site. Now the spike is moving towards A. I mean, A side is pretty much empty. Lethal Esports are like, fine, you guys can have it.
Blocking, pulling them in.
So Team TempesT surely with a man advantage here. 4 versus 3. The spike should be able to go down without any problems. Dudu can cause some issues for them. He is currently on heaven. Don't know if they've spotted them. That's a useful reveal, and Dudu will capitalize there and pick off Drixor. That's a big pick, because that makes this equation back to a 3v3. Fishy Bubbly needs to land a headshot on Cubrix. He will. And now it is down to just Fishy Bubbly
Obscuring vision.
in a 1v2 retake.
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
the pick eventually. It's a 1v1. Astra versus Astra. AEZ versus Fishy Bubbly. And it's going to be AEZ who comes out on top. He had the number on him, and he picks up that headshot. And Team TempesT once again will pick up the first
Switching
round
sides.
of overtime.
Match point.
Three overtime rounds, folks, so far, and all of them
I
have
should
been
play
won
some astral stars in this reality.
by the attacking side.
That'll work.
If that isn't saying something about this map, I don't know what is. 13-14. This is going down to the wire, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Who's going to win? It's difficult to call. I can't do it.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Sat world. This man. So much aggression. And after that initial push here, they've decided to slow down just a bit. Satwell is going to try and get some information off this A side. It's going to be denied that. And Jobs here from A Heaven will pick up a kill. In fact, under Heaven, my apologies. Dark Slayer gets a pick as well. And this is big. This is big, folks. Lethal Esports now down to 3 players. This is a must-win round for them. This could be curtains for Team Lethal Esports. If Dudu does not spot out AEZ, and he will not, Team TempesT, that grip on this game getting firmer and firmer. A 2v5. If Lethal Esports win this round, they're going to have to do something special.
Last player standing.
Ooh, Sat World goes down
Spike
as well.
down
And
A.
folks, I
30
fear this is
seconds
the end. This could be the end for Team Lethal Esports. Frank has picked up a kill on
Out of
AZ.
charges.
He's got a lot of work to do here. He's got a
Scanning
lot
ahead.
of work to do here. He will not be able to do it, and that
Defenders
is
win.
going to be the round. And that was such a well-fought game that is finally going to end and is going in the direction of Team TempesT, who have come out on top. And I mean, they deserve it. They have been so good. I mean, take a look at that scoreboard, guys. Kubrick's was on fire in this game. 264 an average combat score, 24 and 14. AEZ wasn't far behind as well. And we spoke about Jobs moving over from the Viper to the Reyna. I think did the trick for them. He does seem to be more of a duelist kind of player, but 4 of these players really popping off. Average combat scores of all above 220. And in the end, they just had the goods. I mean, much respect to Team Lethal Esports. I think they played brilliantly. They actually took the first map home with them. And even in this map, forcing an issue, going into overtime. But in the end, Team TempesT just edging them out. It was such a close game. Could have gone anyone's way. But in the end, it was Team TempesT who did come on top. Well, finally, we come to the end of that match. It seems to have taken forever. A best of 3 that really went down to the wire. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. We're going to be back, folks, very, very soon with match number 2. It is going to be between Team ALC and I believe I don't remember the other team, but it's going to be a sick match. Please make sure you guys are there. Tune in. It's going to be in 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to be back live. Before going off, I do want to talk about our Battle Pass. Please make sure, guys, to register for our Battle Pass giveaway. We are doing 8 Battle Pass giveaways in the next few days. The winners are going to be announced on Friday and Saturday. The way to register is that you need to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube, join our Discord server, and leave a comment in the Battle Pass post tagging 5 of your friends on Instagram, and you're eligible to win that Battle Pass. And we're going to be announcing the results on Friday and Saturday, so make sure that you guys are going to be there for that. And make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the stream as well, guys, if you guys are enjoying this. My name is Grizzly. This is me signing off for now, but we'll be back very soon with match number 4 of this League Ego India Invitational 2, and I'll see you guys then.